Greetings! I'm the Brainless One Man. How's everyone doing today? Good, I hope. Alright, today we're continuing on. I only just found out when I was inputting the ones I'd already done that there's a save and load function. That would have been very handy to know, so we kept the time, I imagine, from last time. I mean, I wouldn't have to spend that time putting it in. Anyway, let's ignore that, and let's continue on with the Pokemon quiz. Anyway, how's everyone doing? Good? Oh. Alright. That's it, menu. Hope everyone else is doing well. Menu will be here to input them onto a spreadsheet so I can tell which ones I've already done. By name. And keeping track of the rankings as well. So I can see if I've already ranked a Pokemon. Alright, let's continue onward. Alright, so this is the state we're at. 51 Pokemon. I think it's more like 3 hours something. But, you know, what's that? We'll figure out time is 9 point anyway. Alright, so let's go. Think of Pokemon. Alright. Tangler. Okay, appearance wise, it's a 5. It's fine. I think my problem with Tangler is after a certain point, all of its art becomes just basically just the same thing, where all of it, the kind of tendrils stay and the roots stay in the same place, whereas earlier art has them moving around and being different things, so it shows it's shifting as opposed to looking like it's molded out of plasticine. 5 appearance, battle 3. I don't think I've ever used a Tangler in battle. Yeah, no, I never have. Lore. It has lore? Beyond it being... Oh, it's hidden in the... 3. I don't think... Opinion. A 4. Yeah, it's a filler Pokemon. Tangrowth. Appearance wise, I like the committee, but it's a 4. It looks worse. I think it's the red at the end of its tendrils makes it just worse. Battle 5. I mean, I did use it, but more than Tangler. But I still, it's not what I think of if I want to make a battle squad. Lore 3. It's just Tangler. It's just, oh, now it knows a move and it can do that. It's kind of a clever way of doing it, but you know, it's not. Opinion. It's a 4. I forget it exists. Let's. While we're on grass. Cacnea. Appearance 7. Battle 4. That's because of Pokemon Colosseum. Lore 5. It's quite standard, you know, Pokemon lore. Cacturne. Appearance, I don't like its appearance as much as Cacnea's, to be honest. It's a bit plainer. It's just got a hat now, and that's basically, it's got a hat, it's lost its kind of crown and kind of fun roundiness. It's just more human-shaped. What did I put Cacnea at? Let's see. Cacnea 7. So Cacturne is a 6. No, hang on, it's a 5. I can be as harsh as I want. Battle 6. I think I ended up using Shiftry because it's got the same type in the grass dark, but it's still fun. Lore 5. It's that standard Pokemon thing of like, oh yeah, it'll jump you. Opinion, I think Cacturne in my opinion is 5. And Cacnea, it's an 8 because I like it. It's rolly and nice and cool. Oh, here as well. Maractus. Wow. That's the only piece of lore it really has. Well, it's got that attacking thingies, but it's like, it's average for Pokemon, do you know what I mean? it's like, you know, the one where like, oh no, it's fire, it's this hot and stuff. It's like yeah, all right, cool. It's just that's just standard Pokemon things. What I mean is, it's got nothing special in kind of the world around it beyond it just being another Pokemon that exists. Maractus appearance. I think Maractus is a 7. It feels less like a human or like something hiding in the cactus. It feels like, you know, a living cactus more so than I think the Cacnea line. I think the flowers had a bit of, you know, the pink in there. It's quite cool. It's still spiky. Yeah, there we go. Battle 4. I don't think I'd ever use one in battle though. The only time I've ever used one is a Pokemon card. Once again at 5, it's just a cactus Pokemon. It's just a plant turns out to come to life. Opinion though, a 7. Grass types. Deerling. Oh, it's gonna be farms, isn't it? Appearance in standard is 6. It's just a deer Pokemonified. That's kind of the standard-ish version of it. Deerling itself, I don't have a preference because they're all the same. It's just colour. They're all the same Pokemon with just different colours. So they're all 6. All Deerling forms of aesthetic. You know, it's just, wow, one's green, one's pink, one's orangey, and one's white. It's just the same Pokemon. It doesn't have that much of an effect on it. It's marginal points. Battle 3. I'm never going to use it in battle. Unless I've got no other choice. Unless I'm in an early game for Pokemon, I'm not going to use it in battle. Now, Saw's book. I'll do lore after. Right, Saw's book. Winter form is the best aesthetically. That's just a fact. I'd say the winter one's an 8. Autumn is 7. Then it's spring, which is 1 point below that. I say it's a 6. And then the summer one's just a 5. It's just, wow, it's a grassy animal. Battle 5? Be fine, but very interesting because it's not based on how. I think, as I said last week, this category is intended to be me ranking its battle capabilities, but I can't remember Pokemon's movesets and all that off the top of my head, such as whether or not I would use it in battle, which in a way is another opinion category. That's more fun. It's whether I put it in my team. Some Pokemon I really love, but wouldn't go on my team. Alright. Like Shaman Landform. Lore. Deerling, I mean, it's a 6, gives something interesting. It ties into the gimmick of the game and the seasons and stuff. Actually, maybe it's 7, actually. I think it's a 7 for the entire line. All of them just 7 on lore. I really like how it's basically done. Because I say lore part of me is if it ties into something in the games. That might be the case, but I wouldn't use it. It ties in really well to the kind of the weather functions they added and the seasons, which is, I think, really cool. There's that forest, which is basically their area. Opinion. Unfortunately, it's like a 6 for Saw's book, a 5 for Deerling. Like, I like the idea of them, but it's just like, it's just another Pokemon. Budue. That's it. 4. Enough said. Battle 1. Because I have used it in battle in the Sinnoh games, and I hated doing so. Lore 4. Roselia. Appearance 4. I was never the biggest fan of its appearance. It always looks a bit just. Oh, cool. Exactly. Like move battle. Battle 4, because it was intended to be anythingy Pokemon, you know, but it's not actually that great. Didn't it do lore for Budgie? Yeah. Did it do it? I mean, well, it was a 4 anyway, I think. Bum 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 bum. Opinion. 4. Roselia. I know I've already done that. I've already battle as well. Roselia is also a 4. It's just a rose plant. You know? Opinion, it's kind of 4 as well, to be honest. Roserade, however, 8. It look, you know, it's not. Instead of just being green and yellow, it's got the rose there, and it ties in with the white and stuff. It's got the masquerade aspect. Battle 7. I've used them in battle. I always end up having one of my squads in Sinnoh. Lore, I think goes up to about a 6 by adding the masquerade theme. But, you know, it's going from what was before. An opinion, 8. I quite like it. Roserade. What else? Oh, and there's a Galar one, wasn't there? Yeah, I couldn't remember Woolly's evolution or any of Roly-Coly. Woolly. Something wool. Something wool. Oh, it's double, isn't it? Because it's bigger, so it's double the wool. Double. Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. Double, appearance-wise, 7. It's just not as good look as, like, good as Wooloo, but because Wooloo's just that adorable, you know? Oh, it's still pretty cool, and it keeps it up with the kind of, like, the football rough shape. Battle, 6. I remember using one of my first playthrough of Sword and Shield for a bit. It was kind of fun. You know, just double roll out, saying the defense kill roll out. Lore, 6. Keep the same lore. Add anything new? Opinion, it's a 5. Actually, not as cool as Wooloo. I think the braids, Wooloo's like braids do all the heavy lifting. Oh, and then there's Roly-Coly. What does Roly-Coly evolve into? A coal thing. Big one. Big. Oh! It's not big coal, but it's something like that. Coal big. I can't say that on stream. I was going to say something which is a byproduct of coal. And name should no, definitely wasn't called that. Oh, it's Colossal. Colossal. Appearance wise. I'd say it's a 6. It just I like the big pile of burning coal behind it, but I don't think it's not steam engine enough. It just stands up and doesn't do anything. It just looks like you've taken like a ride on and kind of made it coaly. I think it should have kept more of the obvious like steam engine or such. The Giga one, Gigantamax one, however, that's an 8. It keeps the kind of thing up rather than being it's just walking coal. It's a boiler. It's got that aspect in it. Battle, I did use them quite a lot, so I'd put 7 for Colossal and Gigantamax. 8. I would like to have a Gigantamax Colossal all the time. I'd like Gigantamax Colossal to be the normal version of Colossal, to be honest. Law 6. I mean, there's a bit of steam engine in there, but I mean, no, Gantaback one gets an extra point for this steam engine-ness. Opinion, Colossal, it's kind of 4, and you get the answer is 7. No, Colossal 5. I do think that's because I'm a squad. I do prefer Giganta one so much. And the middle one is does the middle one have coal spelled with a K? Remember, I think that's what's throwing me about Colossal. I think I was thinking like this one spelled with a K, and I thought it was in my head it was Colossal. So no, it's not, is it? It's Col. Carcol. There we go. Carcol. Appearance. It's a 6. 7 actually. It being in a cart, I like how it rolls and moves, but it just doesn't look as different as Roly-Coly. I like the Roly-Coly's eye. I think that's lost over most of the illusion phase. Battle-wise, 4. Rock Fire isn't the best type, and if you've not got something cool gimmick, you can break apart. Lort 6. Opinion 6. Opinion 5. It's standard. It's not as good as Roly-Coly. All right. Oh, everyone's Lord and Saviour. Stunfisk. Bum 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 bum. Alright. Stunfisk. Appearance wise, I know they pivoted because they had too many water types, but his appearance is still like a 3. It's just a flat fish. Stunfisk looks like so many of those Pokemon which are just the one, you know how when you see the Pokemon which are the concept Pokemon, it's like going like, oh, that was I don't know why that was a concept. Not the really great ones, but the ones where it's like that needed a bit more work. Stunfisk looks like that. Battle. I mean, Gravilectric is a fun type, or I wouldn't really use it. Law. Right, it doesn't have any. It just lives. It's just a muddy fish. Opinion, or I kind of like how it's pathetic is. Now Galarian Stunfisk. Appearance wise, that's a 7. I really like the bear trap element. It actually adds something to the Pokemon. There's a lot more with the Pokemon, which is otherwise quite boring. Battle 5. I think makes it a bit more interesting. Law 4. 5 actually, because I think takes it to be what the Pokemon should have been with the bear trap aspects and stuff. Opinion 6. I quite like the Galarian one. Alright. Alright, let's do Yamper and Boltund. Alright, Yamper 6. It's like an ugly electric dog, but it kind of works, feels Pokemon-y. Actually, put it 5. Put it 5. Battle 3. Law 3. It's just an electric dog. It's not even like it's a new concept at this point. Opinion 4. It's fine, but you know. Boltund. Appearance. 4. I don't know what it is, I just don't like how it looks. Battle 4. The electric dog. I put these other electric options in Law 4. I like how it's used as the shipping as the logo. No, it's not shipping company, so it's the fashion one, I think. Well, yeah. Opinion 4. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Bum, 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 bum. Sigilife. Appearance 7. I really like how just different it looks to everything else. Battle 5. Law 6. Kind of cool, but I think more could be done with it. Appearance 6. What? Shadow hockey is enabled. How to spell BEM? Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. BEM and Ellie Gem. I need to. My opinion on them is a 4, just 'cause I can't never spell them. Lore-wise, 6. Kind of cool alien things tied into that. But I feel like beyond that, beyond the actual inbuilt Pokédex entries, that's what gives them those 6 points. Is nowhere special. I think for it to be above a 6, there's got to be something in a game or somewhere which makes you feel like there's their area, there's something to do with them in the world, or they've got to tie into something, and they're just aliens. Battle 3 and 4. They're just psychic types. That's it. There's other psychic types I would rather use. Aesthetic. Do you look quite alien? I say both 6. While we're going with extraterrestrial Pokemon, let's do Minior. Alright, farm time. I might just have to rate the shiny now while I'm doing the farms, because it's with the rest of them. Obviously the worst farm is when it's got the rock together with it, and that's a 7. I have trouble ranking the others. The 2 blues and the purple one are a 9. The yellow and the green are an 8. The pink one is also a 9. Is that all the ones? At the shiny? Oh, is the yellow and orange? Orange is tricky because it feels like it's like the standard form more or less. Is it good enough to match the others? That's an 8. That's not bright enough. And then all of them in battle is probably a 4. We wouldn't use them in battle. But Pokemon I really like. Lore-wise, 8. The only reason why it's not a 10 is because that depressing part of the Pokemon anime. But we're not talking about that here. Opinion, it's a 9. And the shiny is a 10. I'm saying that shiny now. I know we weren't doing shinies, but that shiny, I can't speak up Mini all the time about the shiny. It's a perfect shiny. Does a Meteor form shiny count? It's just the same, isn't it? Until it breaks apart, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Does that even count? Because it doesn't technically have one. That farm. That farm doesn't have a shiny. So 0, because it's not got one. I understand why, but you know. Alright. Do 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 do. Hang on. Go through Titans actually. Bombardier. Appearance wise, 5. It's just a Pokemon-y bird, which is fine. 5 is average, mediocre. Battle, 4, even though it's quite some uses, just not for me. Lore-wise, 6. It's a bombing bird, and I like its name. I like the pun. Opinion-wise, though, it's probably a 5. It's just cloth. Appearance is, I think that's like a 7. Battle, 5. Lore, 7. See, it's got its own area, so it goes beyond 6. Bombardier has its other area and stuff, but that area feels less suited to it. It's more just an area where that one is. Whereas the cloth with them area ties in with them being all around the area and then crawling up and down. Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. Is that all the Titans apart from that? You know, the Paradox Pokemon. 5, isn't it? Or is it 6? I can't remember. Ugh. Alright. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, cloth opinion. Didn't I give it? Cloth. It's 6. I like how it looks and it's got interesting lore, but it's just Bum 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 bum. Oh, I just realized something. Crustal. Aesthetic, 7. Battle, 5. I've used one, but yeah. Lore, 7. Because I really do like how they've been using that game in other games. It's a perfect Pokemon to your blockage. Opinion. Now, my opinion on Crustal is tricky. Because I quite like how it looks, but is that fan art somewhere? If it somewhere where someone did a regional form, and it's snow type. But no, it's not snow. It's ice type instead of rock, and it actually looks so good that my opinion on the main one drops because like it should have been this instead. So, my opinion on it, it's a 6, but it would be higher. But part of that is because of that fan art, and it'd be higher if that was that case. So Crustal. What does Crustal evolve from again? Its name is I don't remember. Oh well. Baltai Claydol. Aesthetic for Baltai is probably a 5. Claydol is a 7. Battle. Claydol. Baltai 2, Claydol 4. And just having gone up Sky Tower, I would never use it in battle. Lore 5. It would be more if it was something more special, if they were used more interestingly, rather than just ancient old Pokemon. There, this thing. I know these that tie into like, you know, the ancient figures and I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. You know, the old like dolls and such. But it's kind of cool, but just doesn't speak Carl that much. As well as Pokemon have basics on real life things, so you can't just base it just off that. It's just an influencing factor. Opinion 3 because of Sky Tower. Just explosion, 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 and stopping you so you fall down the holes. When you're on your Mac bike, I think it is. Bum bum bum, ba bum. All right. Lotad, Lombre, Ludicolo. Alright, Ludicolo, appearance 7. Lotad, appearance 5. Lombre, 6. Lotad might be higher if it didn't have 6 legs, which then one set of legs just disappears. It's always the weird thing about Lombre. I mean, Lotad, I just don't understand what was going on there with the deciding to give it 6 legs. I wonder if it was like shadows that are recolored, but even that doesn't make sense. It's just bizarre. Lore-wise, it's a Lillipad Kappa 5. It's Pokemon. That's for both Lotad and Lombre. Ludicolo 8, just because of how it's used. You know, the entire gimmick with Mirror B is kind of funny, and the fact that it's just a dancing like mariachi Pokemon all of a sudden, brilliant. Battle, Lotad 2, Lombre 3, Ludicolo 6, because there's the fun like rain dish strategy you can use with them, which can be a nightmare. I need to revisit that in more recent games, because I imagine it's actually become more fun to use in some ways because they're more interesting moves. Interesting to see. Magnemite, Magneton, and Magnezone. Magnemite, Magneton, the appearance is the same, there's just more of them. It's a 6, I quite like how they look, you know. Little line opinions. Opinion on Lotad and Lombre is like a 4, to be honest. But Ludicolo is like a 7. Alright. Now, Magnemite. Appearance is 6, I believe. Both of them. Battle. Magnemite is a 3. Magneton. It's a 4. Especially, the steel type makes it kind of interesting, but that extra ground weakness. I mean, it's got quite often got levitate, make it kind of fun. So actually, no, if both around to Magneton being 5. Lore-wise, fun magnets, but it's just 5. They're just kind of standard. Opinion, it's a 6, both of them. They're kind of forgettable, but Magnezone, however. Magnezone, appearance-wise, 8. Battle, it's a 7. There's one that's like really finished off a line from without lore. It's a 7. I should call it 7. I really like how it looks different, how it kind of become kind of like tankier, more like your UFO, kind of a magnetic interference with evolving it. It's kind of a fun way to evolve it rather than just it now learns ancient power. No, it's something tied into areas and locations and such. Opinion 8. I like Magnezone. I'm pretty sure opinions basically should be used as tiebreaker in the end, but that's fine. Okay, while we're doing this then, let's do Grubbin, Chargerbug, and Vikavolt. Alright, Grubbin, appearance 4. Chargerbug, appearance 4. Vikavolt, appearance 7. Battle, Grubbin 1. Chargerbug 2. Vikavolt, it's a 7. Kind of fun. Is it Pokemon? No, it's quite fun to use. Lore-wise, it's a 6. But I think the entire line. Something more interesting than the usual just, oh, this is just a Pokemon, this is just an animal but electric. You know, there's the kind of like both aspects and the railgun aspect of Vikavolt, which I kind of like, but It's fun. Opinion on them? I don't like grubbing. 3. Chargebug, it's fine, but 4, it's kind of boring. Vicavolt, it's a 7. I actually like how it looks. And the railgun aspect is fun. It feels like it should be faster than it is. I always think it's really, really fast, but I don't think it is. I think that's one thing that always dragged me down with it in battle. I expect it to be fast, but I always feel like it wasn't. Let's do Ponyta and Rapidash. Okay. Appearance-wise, I'll do Kanto first and then do Galar. Appearance-wise, Rapidash, it's a 5. Ponyta's a 5 as well. They're just fiery horses, which is kind of cool, but it's just very Kanto, you know? It's just a Pokemon that's on fire. Yeah, it's got a unicorn horn, but that's not enough. Battle, Ponyta, 3, Rapidash, 4. I know it's fast, but I just wouldn't use it. Lore-wise, 4, it's just a horse that's on fire. There's a little bit about it running around and stuff, but none of that's in the games. There's like one anime episode dedicated to it, but there's anime episodes dedicated to almost every Pokemon. In the games, there's nothing that special about it. Opinion, it's kind of a 4 to be honest. I don't dislike them, but I don't particularly... They're on my least favourite side of Pokemon. Just about. The Galarian ones, I quite like them. I know these people moan because they changed the proportions of them. Something more interesting with them at least. Like, Endovillene is the unicorn thing, but still it's 5. Appearance-wise for both of them. Battle-wise, ooh, ba-ba-bum. I think the Galarian Farm is still a 3. I wouldn't use it. The Ponyta, that is, and the Rapidash is a 5. Lore-wise, 6. I think they tie in better with the forest. And there's actually a location where they feel they're essential to, you know? Opinion on them, it's a 6, actually. It still feels more like a kind of pseudo-generic Pokemon. But it's more interesting. There's more to its design than just being on fire. Let's do then Growlithe Arcanine. Alright, Growlithe, appearance-wise, I think 6 for both of them. Growlithe and Arcanine, the Kanto ones. Battle, Growlithe 3, Arcanine 6. Lore-wise, it's a 5. No, it's a 6 because they use the police dogs in the anime, and they used a lot for that. It kind of makes sense in a way. No, it's 5. Never mind. Don't actually care that much about that. I was saying, opinion on them. It's a 6. I kind of like them. It's not just a standard dog. At least you got a tiger in there as well. But it's more or less just a standard Pokemon just mixed together thing. All right, the Hisuian one. Hisuian. The appearance of the Growlithe, I don't know if I like. Is it the 5? Battle 3. That rock fire typing. Ain't it? Lore 6 because it's more interesting. Opinion still a 6. The aesthetic, I understand what they're going for with doing those types of dogs, like the shrine dog things, but it's just not quite for me. Arcanine, its appearance is a 6, I think. I prefer the colour palette of the original, but you know, Well, battle-wise, it'd be a 5. The rock typing, you know? Lore-wise, 7. I really like how it ties in. Opinion, 6. Well, we're here, so let's do Scythe, this is all. And then... people. Alright. Oh. I think my opinion of the entire line, appearance-wise, is 8. I really like how they all look. All of them. All 3. Scyther, Cleavor, Scizor, all 3. Battle. It kind of... What I find really annoying is that I'm pretty sure don't they all have the same stat total? They all have the same stat total, which means Scythe is technically the best one. But because the stat total doesn't change, it means that you put Eviolite on Scyther and Scyther becomes better stat-wise than the rest of them. I'm pretty sure aren't the only Pokemon that don't change this stat total when they evolve. Yeah, there's that stuff, but what I mean is, if you want to be off stat-wise, I wish Scizor and Cleavor did have changed the stats rather than just having that, having the same stat total. But battle-wise, I probably a 6 for all of them apart from Cleavor, which is a 7, because I like using Cleavor more. I think that's Stone Axe is really fun as a move. That's the move name, right, where it does the... lore-wise, 6 for Scyther, 7 for the other 2. And then opinion on the entire line, it's a 7. I know that'd be a bit hard to fit a minion into input because of how jumping back and forward, but right, if I'm wrapping it into something in steel, Onyx, then Steelix. Oh yeah, Mega Scizor. Mega Scizor, appearance wise, class. Oh man, I'm gonna look at an actual picture of Mega Scizor because I can't remember it off the top of my head. And that one, most Pokemon I can come up with, Mega Scizor, no. Alright, so what's the positives of Mega Scizor? I like how the bottom of its things are now different colours. I like changes to wings. Its head doesn't look as good. It's the same. If its head stayed more, if it didn't have that bit on the head in the eye, it didn't basically. I think if his eye stayed yellow and that black bit wrapped around further around the mouth, around the bottom of the head, I'd like it more. But I just don't like the head as much as Scizor's standard head. Battle wise, I mean it's the best of the line technically, battle wise. So, it's probably a 7. Don't know how much better it is. I've never used it in battle, but 7. It's just Mega Scizor, you know. Opinion wise, 7. Alright. Onyx. Appearance 4. It never feels long enough. That's my big thing with Onyx. I like how its face looks, but it just feels like it should be a few rocks longer. I think sometimes while they changed a lot of stuff from Gen 1 into the art and outwards. I think it's too stuck on its sprite, so it doesn't look long enough to support itself. Battle 3. Why would he use an Onyx? They want that Pokemon that the anime and the kind of and other media told you, like, oh, it's Onyx, it's gonna be strong, and it's rubbish. Lore wise, 4. It's an Onyx. Crystal Onyx isn't even a real thing, which Crystal Onyx's typing makes no sense. I just say that its typing doesn't make sense. Like, what's the whole thing with Crystal Onyx from the anime? What typing can it be? I think was the thing. It's like I don't know if it can be actually. Yeah. Steelix. Oh, opinion on Onyx? 4. Bum, 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 bum. Exactly. And how does that work for it being crystal? It doesn't work. Right, Steelix. Appearance wise, it's a 6. Pretty good. Got a bit longer, got a bit tougher looking. Battle. 6. I think it's just 6. I think it's just 6 across the board, Steelix. I like it more than Onyx. And that's about it. Mega. Alright. Appearance wise, 8. I really like its Mega looks. 7. It's still just Steelix but more. Lore, 8. It's got crystals in it. Opinion, 7. Bum 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 bum. Okay, let's do Shellos and Gastrodon. I wish when they brought these back in games, they would do more than just doing East Coast West Coast thing, and they do different variations. Because of the fact that I like the East Coast West Coast versions, but if there's that much variation of them evolving between different sides of one island, wouldn't it make sense that they'd be the same in the rest of the world? Which, if you think, doesn't make quite as much sense based on the coast versions, because if one is next to it, then the scene between, if it's based on nutrition and that kind of evolution, would be the ones where it is. So that's the big hang-up with me with these two. Like, if there's an island west of Sinnoh and it is Shellos on it, wouldn't the ones on the east coast of that island be the same as the ones on the west coast of that? Anyway. I like the shape of the blue one's head more. So 5 and 6. The pink one being 5, the blue one being 6. For Gastrodon, it's flipped, because the blue one then looks like a clown with the shape of it. With the green, I just think of a clown. Battle 3 and then 5. 3 for both of them. 5 for both of the Gastrodon. Lore-wise, 6. There's some thought put into it, but beyond that, you know, they're based around a gimmick of the region being split in half. There's some kind of interest in it there, but beyond that, as I say, if they change that much over one mountain, wouldn't they change more around the rest of the world? Opinion-wise, they're 5. They're okay, but the fact that there's no more variation of them winds me up. No end. Okay. Well, we've got Ogerpon now, haven't we? So as well do the rest of the loyal 3. So Monkey Dory. How do you spell Okie dokie? Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Oh, it's Okie. I think it's alright. Appearance wise, to be honest. A 4 with serendipity being a 5. Monkey Dory and Okie dokie, these just 4s. If it wasn't for the kind of the tiny, I think basically my trouble is with them is I understand the reason why, but the kind of like the scarf of them doesn't look as interesting. It stands out. I understand that's the reason, but its serendipity ties into it and kind of like fits with the rest of the design. Battle 6, apart from Monkey Dory, which is a 4. Lore-wise, 7. They've got an entire DLC around them, you know. Opinion-wise, serendipity 6, Okie dokie 5, Monkey Dory 3. And that's because my bias from the TCG card is creeping in here. I just hate the current TCG card. It's not like it's broken off powered, it's just so annoying with the decks I like to run. May as well do Petulant then. Now, I need to actually get to the Petulant section in the DLC. There's 2 forms there, isn't there? Petulant. Aesthetically, it's a 7 for the big shelly form. I don't know if it's counted as having 2 forms, but well, 7 when it's open. That's it, isn't it? It's open and closed, isn't it? 7. 7 both actually. He's going to prefer one. I really like the aesthetic of it and how it works. Battle. Say I've not used it in battle, so I don't know much about it beyond it being kind of, you know, poison type. So, but it's legendary-ish. So why not put it as 7? I'll put it as 6. And it's a ghost type, isn't it? So probably quite enjoy it. But lore-wise, I've not seen encounter Petulant itself because I need to set up Pokemon Home and my slot on Violet, which is full of Pokemon. My box is full of shinies. Lore-wise... Oh yeah, battle. It can't be used in battle, can it? Lore-wise... 7 from what I've learnt so far. It might go up, but... Opinion... 6. And that's because it's kind of cool because of that stuff. But at the end of the day, you know, it's you did all that bad stuff to Pokemon. So, alright, Marshadow. Ba 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 da bum. Bum bum. Appearance of the regular Marshadow. 7. I think the one's 7 as well. Although that form is basically only used in battle, isn't it though? So technically it's not... Does it count as its own form, appearance-wise? I don't think so. It's not like the shell form, which is explicitly, you know, a different thing, but... It should have been in a different form, I think. That could have been kind of cool. Battle... 7 is kind of fun. It feels like a Pokemon though that appearance-wise should have an evolution. Because there's Pokemon like Mew and Jirachi and stuff, which I know I'm going to get around to doing later. But they already feel complete, whereas Marshadow feels like it should have an evolved form. Lore-wise, it's a 7. But I do think it needed more stuff tied around it. It's got more than Zeraora about going for it, but I still think it needs more around it. Opinion on it though is 6. I kind of like it, but I feel like not until we're done with it, it should have an evolution. I think it would have been cool to do. Yeah. Do Metal Melton. Alright, Melton. Appearance wise, aesthetic wise, for Melton, it's 6. Battle wise, 2. Lore wise, 8 for both of them. I thought it was genius how they were introduced. So clever. I remember actually that Pokemon Go when everyone was like, are they doing a new form of Ditto? People who hadn't been reading leaks and stuff, and it was like that, as if he's like, is it a new Ditto? Because Ditto transformed it? Is it do something with Ditto? Because it does look a bit like Ditto. Then, yeah, it is just really fun. It's weird they don't do anything with electric at all, despite how connected to the electricity they are. I expected if they weren't steel electric type, they would have been had at least electric an ability which plays with electricity. Or something like steel worker, but for electric. But I don't think they do. I understand why with cables and stuff, but I think they're not going to tie it in. Malmetal, aesthetic. 8. I really like the whole thing of the... I think it works really well. They've got kind of the fluid there, and they've really expanded on it. And they kept the eyeball, which is the best design part of Meltan. Battle, 7, I'd say. I've used it quite a lot in different battle stuff. Thunder Punch is quite fun with it. Yeah. The Gigantamax one, aesthetic-wise, it's 7. It's still cool and quite alien, but look, I just don't think it looks as good as standard Melmetal. Oh, okay. That explains why I like using that much. It felt good. But I think, you know, more electric type moves with it. Like, Steel Electric would have been fun with it, but then it would have been, you know, better. Magnezone in some ways. Well, different purpose, but, you know. Battle, the Gigantamax, the stats make it 8. Because I think most things with Megas and things, the stats should make it more viable to use. So it's an 8. Lore-wise, it's still an 8. Any opinion on the line? It's an 8, the entire line. Apart from the Gigantamax, which is 7. It's fine, but it should not as cool. It's just Gigantamax, which feels like... Oh, we've got to do a Gigantamax for it. You know? Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. Oh, let's get the Hitmonchan line out of the way. Hitmon line. So Hitmonchan. Hitmon. Lee. Hitmon top. And Tyrogue. Alright. Hitmon top is the best designed out of any in the any of them. And it's a 6. I thought it had 3 legs. Because of the sprite work in the original games. But it turns out it doesn't. Bum bum bum. Yeah. Ba 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 ba. I also thought Weavile had like yeah. Weavile I think also had this weird with the movement, but yeah. Right, let's find on the sheet and see where I'm up to. Ranking of it. Pokemon, is that forgettable? It pops out my head immediately. Alright, Tyrogue, 4 design wise. It looks. I think Tyrogue Tell you what, no, it's a 3. It's a 3. Tyro sums up the worst aspects of Gen 2's design. Just make it knobblier than any Pokemon would be in Gen 1. And that's about it. Like, when you look through all those Pokemon from Gen 2, it's just like, loads of them like, make it a bit just, you know, like a rougher surface. You know, add a few, like, knobbly bits on. Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee. Hitmonchan is a 4 aesthetic-wise. Hitmonlee is a 3. It's just a chicken nugget with arms and legs. There's nothing special about Hitmonlee. Looks, the eyes. I don't like its body shape. Yeah. Hitmonchan at least has something going for it, although it doesn't necessarily look good. A bit more going for it than Tyrogue or Hitmonlee. Battle-wise, Tyrogue, 2. The rest of the line, Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee, 4. Hitmontop, 5. Lore-wise, I mean, it's an interesting split evolution line, but it's a 4. There's nothing beyond the getting the fighting dojo. They just, you know, an opinion on all of them basically. It's a 4. While we're here, let's just do Throw and Sark as well. Appearance-wise, 2. Battle-wise, 3. Lore-wise, 2. Opinion, 1. The only reason they've got any appearance whatsoever is because they look like Muppets. That's the only thing going for them. They look a bit like Muppets. That's the kindest thing I can say about Throw and Sark. We move on. I'm gonna find type roll, so Timber, Girder, it's like Girder. I got that. Right, okay. Now, which one's the worst aesthetically of this line? I think Timber might actually be the... I don't know. I don't think I like any of them. Conkeldurr, the entire line is just that awful, ugly veins. Like, the most they can be is a 3 appearance-wise. I'm trying to figure which one I prefer of them. I think Timber is actually the best. So, Timber being a 3. Conkeldurr being a 2. And Girder being a 1. And I'll take that kindly. Battle. Timber is 4. It's really handy actually being after the fighting type at that point, Alola. I'm not Alola, Nova. Lore-wise, for at least it's like, you know, I think there's too much the clown in there. I think originally it was going to be like I know they pivoted to construction with like the whole beaver aspect of it and like oh interesting, and it's kind of cool. I do kind of think just the clown aspect is just Battle wise, well, Conkeldurr might be a bit of a beast to be honest, if I remember rightly. So that's 6. Timber, it was decent at that point actually, but no, it is a 3. And Girder is a 4. Opinion on all of them, 3. No, 3 on Timber and Conkeldurr. Girder is a 1. Girder should be burnt in a fire. Bom, 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 bom. Let's go Holucha. Oh, Dwebble. I remember its name, so I'll put it in now and then we'll do after. Holucha. Alright, appearance-wise, Holucha, I think it's a 7. It's a really well-designed looking Pokemon. Battle, would I use it? It's a 4? It's a 5. It's fine, but you know. 4, 6. It's a bird, but it's also like, you know, a luchador. That's cool. Opinion 5. Forget about it. I'd like it more if its legs were less weird, but legs are more bird-like, I'd like it more. I understand why they're not. It's just a happy little birdman. Dwebble. Alright, and Dwebble suffers the same thing as Crustle does. In that, if it wasn't for that fake one, Fakemon version, I would have seen with the snow. Appearance-wise, it's a 7. It's really cool. Battle, it's a 2. Lore-wise, 7. It's that, you know, it's that kind of hermit crab kind of thing going on. Opinion is a 6, but I would like it more if it was actually that snow one. Alright. Bom, 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 bom. See, I'm not taking long this time, because, you know, I was 16 less than 3 hours. I'm shooting up and just getting on with it. Bom, 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 bom. The routes line, why not? Oh. Don't, on the spreadsheet, write over the lore of Shroomish with routes. Routes. Curlier. Gardevoir. Gallade. Alright, routes appearance-wise, I think it's about a 6. Curly is the same, it's a 6. You know, isn't it interesting there? Gardevoir, I think Gardevoir design-wise is an 8. Obviously, some people are a bit even bigger, are very much fans of Gardevoir's appearance-wise, but I think Gardevoir, it kind of works for what they're going for. It's kind of funny, people, you know, oh, it's like the lady and stuff, but then, you know, Sir Knight and but yeah, well designed, and I think a lot of the ones that follow of the kind of those kind of designs of Pokemon, which, you know, baiting to some degree, don't just work as well as Gardevoir's design. It's kind of like, you know, looks like some kind of like weird fairy creature, which, you know, really works. The addition of fairy type was just one of the best things about added to that Pokemon. Battle wise, Ralts is a 2. Like, you can't really seriously use Ralts in a battle. Curlier, 4. Gardevoir, 8. You know, that might just because of how much I've used one, considering how much I've, you know, played Emerald. But I love that game. Lore-wise, it's kind of the ballerina kind of psych aspect there, and the emotion stuff is kind of fun, so that's a 6. Gardevoir is 8 just for the whole thing of the black hole, which I think part of the reason I'm so biased about Gardevoir is when you read that Pokédex entry for like, yeah, if its train is hurt or dies, yeah, it just goes black hole mode on its enemy. It's like going like, but also it's considered enough not to use that black hole against other Pokemon normally. It's only if its trainer is taken down. Opinion on the line, it's a 7. They're cool, and I think, but yeah, some of the kind of weirdness around certain Pokemon and Gardevoir, one of them, unfortunately, means that, you know, I don't like it more because there's that much stuff I've seen with Gardevoir which I'm like, oh god. I don't look forward to see someone says, oh, have you seen this Gardevoir artwork online? I'm usually not looking forward to seeing what it's going to be, you know what I mean? Gallade. Aesthetically, it's a 5, and that's because it's hips. Just because of the kind of like the weird hip plate thing. It makes it like a robot rather than an organic creature. Yeah, it looks like it swallowed a jet. Yeah. If you ever seen Brass Eye, that entire bit with cake, it looks like it's swallowed cake, and it's expanded, but it's managed to pass down before it shat out. Battle-wise, though, I think it would be an 8. No, 7. The fighting type of a fairy type isn't as cool, but still, psychic fighting is a really cool type. Lore-wise, it's a 7. It doesn't have black holes behind it. Well, if Gardevoir didn't even do black holes, it'd also be a 7. No, actually, face it, it's a 6. The black hole's worth 2 points. Opinion-wise, it's a 6 because of the hips. Look at nothing cool there. The megas, I need to look up the mega. Mega Gallade. Still has the hips, but the cape is cool. Loses a lot of the green, but it does look pretty cool. So he gets 1 point in aesthetics because of the cape. And the hips are still just there being weird, so unfortunately. Battle-wise though, it goes up a point as well, Gallade. Lore, I mean, it's the same with ties most of the night things with 1. So 1 across the board bone added to Gallade, and opinion-wise it does go up to I think it's still it's a 7. Mega Gardevoir. Yeah, I mean, just search it. That's the muzzle says why I feel I can't have a higher opinion of Gardevoir just because people have ruined it. I scrolled past the first lot of Google images of that, and there's already some creeping in which are just on the edge of they're kind of the standard one white. I think losing a lot of the green. The dress is kind of like a cool idea and cool shape. But by losing a lot of the green on the rest of it, I think it isn't as good, so its appearance stays the same aesthetically. It doesn't get better because of the lack of green, so it's just a white blob, basically, if you blur your eyes. I mean, battle-wise, 9, because it becomes absolute beast in battle. Lore-wise, 8. It's just now in a wedding dress. And some people might like that more, but it's still just a ball gown dress, whatever. Opinion, 7. I will say, Mega Gardevoir Shiny, 10. That contrast is added back in with the black. I know we're not doing shinies, but that's a shiny I'm not going to forget. Rest of the line, they're just regular shinies with just the blue. But that one? Alright. I think we're up to date on those. Bum 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 bum. Let's do Abracadabra Alakazam. Aesthetically, they're a 6. The entire line's a 6. Abra in battle, 0. You can't, but in battle. Kadabra, it's a 4. The Alakazam is like a 7. Mega Alakazam, it's a 7 appearance-wise, because there's some parts that are cool, but also it's held back by some other aspects of it being an Alakazam still. I think the problem with Alakazam is it doesn't know what it wants to be. Like, is it a fox wearing like leather armor from Minecraft, or is it, it's very Gen 1. And while that's kind of nostalgic in some ways, it's fine. It could be better. I know we're going to see the Megas, aren't we? Battle-wise, Mega, 8. It becomes a more powerful thingy psychic. But, The beard does help it, but instead of it being just brown and yellow, the red dot in its head, spoons, but it's still just Alakazam. So, lore-wise, 5. There's nothing that special about them. Just a clever thing. Opinion, it's a 6 of the entire line, to be honest. I kind of like them, but they just... and the Mega, it's a 7. I like the beard. A good beard can get you 1 point, which is why we're doing Geodude next. Geodude, Golem, Graveler. Alright. Geodude. Aesthetics. It's a 3. It's a rock with arms. Ba-da-ba. I know I've scored Voltorb higher than that, did I? Yeah, but Voltorb at least something original. It's a capsule with eyes, but Geodude, yeah, I just never liked how it looked massively. I do think the Alolan one is an improvement. I think that is a 5. Might be a Lola bias speaking, but you know. Battle wise, it's a 2 and a 3. No, the Geodude I wouldn't use because of it's got sturdy going for it, and that's about it. Lore for Geodude is 4. It gets an entire 2 points of that from being shot by Rhyperior. Opinion Geodude, it's a 4. I'm not a big fan of it. Alolan, lore-wise, 6, and opinion 6. Just the electric typing, it looks more interesting. You know, it's got more going on. I like its eyebrows. Yeah. Alright, Graveler. I mean, I don't also like Graveler's appearance as a standard. It's just Geodude with more arms. I know it's bigger and more of it's that, but still. So yeah, Graveler is also a 3. Alolan is also a 5. The eyebrows and the kind of bits of yellow in the extra parts of them just add so much. Battle-wise, Graveler in battle is probably a 3, and Alolan Graveler's 4. And lore-wise, 4 and 6. I think opinions 4 and 6. You know, it's just let's just hammer this out. Golem. Aesthetically, I kind of like a Golem. But it's a 6 at most. Let's standard Golem. I think it's kind of interesting the theory that it swaps. It kind of gets its head from the Machamp line, that trade evolution, and that's where it loses an extra pair of arms from. Battle wise, 5. I still wouldn't use it in battle. The standard one, the rock ground. There's other rock ground types. I prefer the Rhyperior. Lore wise, it's a 4. Trade evolution is kind of cool, but I don't think it's the original trade evolution. Opinion 4. That line is rather boring. Apart from the Alolan one, aesthetically, it's a 6. I do think the kind of like ferromagnetic, you know, iron filing beard and facial hair is really cool. I do think it's the thing on its back, just the kind of like the railgun or whatever on its back, comes out of nowhere. And but I don't mean that in terms of evolution-wise. I think it just feels like it's attached to its back rather than part of it. You know what I mean? It would have another point if it wasn't for that. Battle-wise, 6. It's kind of fun to use. You can do some interesting things with it. Lore-wise, 6. Opinion 6. Yeah. Let's do while we're here. Bum 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 bum. There's some bugs out the way. Weedle. Beedrill. Weedle, Beedrill, Kakuna. Alright. Weedle, 3. I don't like how it looks. Battle, 2. Why would he use in battle? Law, 3. There's nothing, it's just a... Opinion, 4. My opinion on Kakuna is 5 and Beedrill is 6. That line does get better for me. Bum 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 bum. Alright, so Kakuna, appearance-wise, ethically 4. Feels a bit different. Beedrill is 6. Battle-wise, Kakuna is 3. Beedrill 5. Because you're not going to use it past the first few gyms. Lore-wise, it's still 3. It's just, you know, it's just a bee wasp thing. Mega. Le Mega. Appearance-wise, goes up to an 8 for me. Mega Beedrill. I like how spiky it becomes. Battle-wise, it goes to being 7. If it's in Mega Form all the time, he's quite a decent amount of battle. Lore-wise, I mean, it's still a 3. It's still just, it's just a spikier bee. Maybe 4 actually. Put it to 4. I'll be generous. Opinion-wise, 8. I quite like Mega Beedrill. Let's do Caterpie. Caterpie. Metapod. What's a 3? Okay. Caterpie. I think it's a better appearance than Weedle. I think Caterpie is like a 4 in appearance. But in battle, Caterpie is 1. I feel Caterpie is less useful than Weedle. Lore-wise, 3. It's just a caterpillar, you know. Opinion, 3. I think I prefer Weedle, even though I think it looks worse. Metapod, aesthetic, 3. I think Kakuna is a better design than Metapod. Metapod, especially in old sprites, Metapod looks rubbish. Battle-wise, 2. A lot of hardened string shot, that's about it. Maybe tackle if you evolve it into it. Lore-wise, 3. Opinion, 3. Butterfree time. Aesthetic Butterfree is probably actually a 5. I just think it's been done better so many times in Pokemon itself. Battle, it's a 5. It's pretty usable. Lore-wise, 3. Opinion, 5. And then I need to pull up the Gigantamax one. Appearance-wise, Gigantamax Butterfree. Appearance-wise is an 8. It looks awesome. Battle-wise, 7. It's still a Butterfree. End of the day. Lore-wise, 4. Although I don't know why it justifies having an extra point in lore. It's still just that, but it gets one. And you know what? Opinion-wise, that's a 7. I quite like Gigantamax Butterfree. Alright, let's get through some of the more of the bugs from Gen 1. Let's go Venonat and Venomoth. I think Venonat and Venomoth are Pokemon that kind of like should have a regional form somewhere or something. As they are, they kind of just a bit boring, aren't they? Yeah. Venonat appearance 4, Venomoth 4. They just, I don't know, they're just a bit boring. I feel a lot of the bug Pokemon in Gen 1 just feel like they deserve. Scyther obviously feels really good, but most of them just don't feel like they've the evolution, if you'll pardon the pun, of the design for those. It feels like it's not quite there just yet. I think bug type took a while for them to nail down what a bug type should look like, whereas like rock type, they had a lot of it. A lot of the other types they already knew. Whereas I think it feels with bug types, like those the bug types in Gen 1 feel like they're not quite there yet. They need a bit of rework. Battle, Venonat, kind of decent, but still 3 and 4. I'm not going to use them in battle. Bug types need something good about them, special about them. Battle, and that feels like. Lore-wise, 4, and that's because of the connection to Koga. That's all, yeah, that's Koga points. Otherwise it'd be... Opinion, 3, let's face it, both of them. Not a big fan of them. Let's get Parasect. Parasect. Appearance-wise, 4 both. You're getting close to there of like bug type, but I still feel it's just... I don't know. When did the bug type start looking like? I think Gen 3 might be when bug type actually starts looking like usually pretty good. Parasect. Battle wise, Paras is a 2, Parasect is a 3. It was that point when Parasect was the Pokemon that could, if you use fire against Parasect in a specific way, it would take the most damage out of any Pokemon. Because of the multiplier, it went beyond bitch being a 4 times damage effectiveness. It went ridiculously high, didn't it? It was like times 8 or something, times 16. Oh. Oh, second. Wasn't there something else as well? You could, there's dry skin which is there normally, so it's times 8. But there's something else you get it higher, like is it Forest Curse or something, or there was something else you could do to make it even higher. I might be misremembering though. Lore wise, 6. It's not just a stand. It's not just oh it's a bug. It's got a reason to be bug grass, you know. Opinion wise, on the nose of 3. Legends Arceus didn't help that. Bum 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 bum. Blood bugs from Gen 1? I think it is, but oh, no, it's Pinsir. Alright, Pinsir. Exists. That's what can we set up Pinsir. Appearance wise, it's a 5. It's, you know, it's fine. Battle wise, 5. Lore wise, 5 because of its, you know, the way they've used it with things with like didn't use that with the honey trees and such. You know, it's got kind of feels like, and I think Pokemon Snap also really helps there with it burying itself and such. But in the main games it'd be lower, but I think Pokemon Snap helps at Heracross. Opinion Heracross is a 4. I'm not a big fan of Heracross. I used to really like it, but yeah, that's Pinsir. I mean, I'll get to Heracross next. Bum 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 bum. Mega Pinsir. That's what it looks like. Mega Pinsir, I think experience wise it is a 4. It's just too much going on. It feels like the Digimon like version of it. Battle wise, I mean it's more powerful than Pinsir, so it's a flying 6, but it feels like it's just trying to copy Scyther at this point with like being bug flying and such. Lore wise, 5. Opinion on it is 3. Right, I'll have to do Heracross now. Heracross and Mega Heracross. Alright, Heracross. Appearance-wise, I think it's 5. It's just a very Johto Pokemon. Battle-wise, probably a... Battle-wise, it's a 4. Actually, no, Pinsir's a 4, Heracross is a 5. Heracross is more useful in battle, it feels like. The only time I've ever used Pinsir in battle is just to try and do, Guillotine. And all the, like, Oko moves. Lore for Heracross, it's a 4. Some connection with Pinsir and stuff in other games, but it's still just... I don't find Heracross that interesting. Opinion on Heracross. The 4. Mega Heracross. I mean, there's some things I like about Mega Heracross. I like, actually, its lower half. I like the kind of air intake effect of its leg, of its stomach. I like its arms. I don't like its head. Head just feels a bit too much. I understand it's going for more kind of like real beetle kind of things in a way. But it got quite high, a bit higher, and then its head lets it down. 6. It could have been higher. Battle 6. Lore 4. There's a bit more of the jet engine thing in there. You get more, but it doesn't. It's just got that one thing. I mean, its hands do that, to be fair. That's appearance-wise. Opinion 5. I kind of like it. I like it more than regular Heracross, but yeah. Bum 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 bum. Any evolution lines to fill? C plus or minimum. Appearance 3. It's just a more Pikachu. Battle 3. Lore 5. At least they tied into double battle mechanic. It's a 6 actually. Tied into double battle mechanic really well. They do that and kind of they work kind of like that. But on their own, they kind of just a bit boring. My opinion on it's probably a 5. They just. But in terms of actual ranking them, yeah. Right, are they? Spiritomb. Spiritomb. Appearance 8. Battle 6. Before Fairy type, it would have been a lot higher in battle, but Fairy type, you know, nerfs Spiritomb quite heavily. And then lore-wise, 8. They've just done so much with Spiritomb in the various games, and I think it works really well. Opinion Spiritomb, probably an 8 actually. So about an hour and a half. Yeah. Let's do the Regis. That Regirock. Regirock appearance wise 7. Battle 6. Lore 8. 7, 6, 8. Then appearance wise, then no, not appearance. Opinion wise, it says 6. Regirock is probably the most boring of the Regis. Regis, I mean, appearance 7. It's cool because it's ice, and that wasn't intended that one. It's kind of cool, but like, I don't know, it's just not as Regirock has the kind of... How do I explain this? The colour variation kind of works for it, but kind of is just a pile of rocks, which they have done before. Regice, or Regice, is the ice type. The ice kind of appearance does really work well, but it's not that more complicated than, you know, Regirock. It's just a slab of ice. Battle, probably 6, lore 8. Registeel. Appearance-wise, 8. I really like how Registeel looks. They've not just done, oh, it's new metal. They actually made it kind of look interesting, kind of alien and kind of unknown. Battle 6 still. Lore 8. Opinion of Regice is 7. Registeel, I think, is a 7 as well. Regieleki. Or is it Regieleki? Regieleki and Regidrago. Regieleki, I think, is just the best design of any of the Regis. It's aesthetically what it's a 10, I think. Regieleki for me. Battle wise, it's an 8. Lore wise, it's an 8. Opinion wise, 8. Regidrago, it's a 7. I like Regidrago, but it just doesn't feel as natural as the others. Like elements of, yeah, oh yes, rock, ice, steel, electricity, and dragon. And it's been having the dragon's head kind of, and then the ball there. I like the colours of it, but it does feel a bit just bizarre in a way. Battle-wise, Regidrago is quite fun though. So Regidrago, I'd put at second. Wow. It's an 8 as well. Lore-wise, 8. Opinion, 8. Oh. Regigigas. Let's face it. Aesthetically, I don't know what they're going for, but the green fluffy bits just kind of like, I don't know, like, you know, moss. It's ancient and been there for ages and powerful and such, but it might be a 6 for me. It's just the least. It looks like a Zelda enemy from the era of Link to the Past. Bum bum bum. Battle-wise, it's a 6. Slow start, just, you know. Isn't it also the case that you can't really stop it with, like, other abilities? The fact that they made it so that even Legends Arceus, it had, you know, slow start, basically. In a game where abilities weren't a thing. Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, you can. Okay. Lore-wise, 8. Ties in with all the Regi stuff. All the Regis have really even lore because they do, you know. I feel like when they introduced new ones, they still did the whole kind of thing of it's the cave and such with it. Opinion on it though is a 6. It's just loads of it, always a hassle to get, especially in Unova. Hassle to get, and it's not, and beyond Pokédex completion, it feels like not completely worth it. Let's, alright. Which is, let's get Hypno out of the way. Hypno and Drowsy. Appearance-wise, I think Drowsy is a 3. Hypno is a 4. Hypno is an improvement, design-wise at least. But not by much. Scroll up to them. Actually drop down to 2 and 3. I mean, because Drowsy is like, it's going, oh yeah, it just looks like, you know, an aardvark anteater thing with just some weird, like, pants on. We've got a hint of, like, you know, like, some depiction of, like, you know, like, fawns. I can't remember the name in Greek. You know what I mean? Like, that kind of thing of, I can't remember the name. That's what I said with the kind of pants like that. I mean, some aspects of like devils also use that kind of some depictions of them. But and then Hypno is just a kind of weird berry man thing with a kind of weird ruff. Battle wise, Hypno, I wouldn't want to use them. That's the thing. Probably 3 and 4. Probably 3 and 4, and lore-wise, 3. It just, the whole lore thing, everything with children is just a bit weird. Ugh. Thinking about these 2. Bum 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 bum. The only thing I remember, more or less when I remember like them, I actually remember that panel up was, I think, Hypno being beaten up by that fan comic someone made of it, like the 3-frame one, where it's been beaten up by a Gallade. Mona Mushana. Okay, they exist. Aesthetic, it's a 4. Mona Mushana, it's, yeah, they exist, and that definitely do exist. Battle wise, I mean, I had one because of the whole Valley Dreamworks. Battle wise, it's a 3 and a 4. They don't feel that. I know they are viable, but it feels like these are better options within the game. Lore-wise, 6. They've got an area dedicated to them, and there's the whole Tidings of the Dream thing, but you don't actually do anything interesting with it. You know, Opinion's probably a 4 for both of them. Battle was 3 and 4. Oh, Attack was 3 and 5. The trouble with, no, it's 4 because it's Unova, and Unova, most things you don't actually want to use in battle because it takes that long to evolve. It's why Conqueror is actually decent in Unova, because it being trade evolution means that you'd have to wait to level 70 to evolve Pokemon and get any good moves. And then only a few cases where Pokemon don't evolve at like level 80, you've got to wait till level 70 to get a move before you can evolve it anyway. Alright. Bum 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 bum. I'm just distracted by that. Alright, Minion's obviously doing something with one of the formulas on the sheet. Counts it up. I'm just going like at the counting formula. Alright, okay, what else? Spinder. We're not ranking all Spinder forms, I'm just telling you that now. Aesthetic, 7. It's a really simple design but works really well. Battle, 4. That's because of the novelty of Dizzy Punch. Lore, 6. And that's just because there's that many of them. Opinion, 7. I quite like it. What now? Horsey Cedar Kingdra. Horsey aesthetically. If you look at the art from Gen 1 and sprites and stuff, Horsey's lost something important, and that's the second fin on its back. Aesthetically, Horsey, to be honest, It's a 4. It's fine, but it's just... Yeah. Battle-wise, horse is a 3. Lore-wise... How mean should it be? 3. It's just a seahorse. I don't think I've rerated all these lore ones equally. Like with lores, I with the cash, I should go back over and redo some of them where it's been not mean enough. It's a 4. There's interesting stuff there with other things. It's used in other games and visually. It doesn't have anything on its own, but it feels like it would be a glaring omission. Should it be missing at least? Whereas you remove like some of the Pokemon, it feels like nothing changed about the world. Horsey, do you feel like you always see a Horsey when they do underwater scenes, you know? Opinion on Horsey. I kind of like it. It's probably a 6 actually. I quite like Horsey despite my negativity about it. Seedra's also a 6 opinion wise. Aesthetically, I think Horsey is Seedra's a 5 aesthetically, a bit more. Battle wise, it's a 4. Feels a bit underwhelming compared to it, but lore-wise 4 still. Kingdra, lore-wise 6. I like how it follows the dragon scale. Kind of, it's fun. It's kind of earned its way. Aesthetically, it's a 6. Battle-wise 6 as well. I think opinion 6. I think it's just 6 all around. Quad 6s. I do just think the thing is though with there's a more interesting version of it with Dragalge. I've already done that, right? No, yeah, I have already done Scrap with Dragalge. I think it's a bit more interesting than I know it's the difference is Seahorse and Leafy Sea Dragon, but still. Okay, let's have a think. What else should we? Alright, I've already done Spoink. Spoink and Grumpig. Aesthetically, Spoink is a 4. In my head, Spoink is like the epitome of like Gen 3 design. If you know, if Tyrogue's the epitome of Gen 2 design. Spoink, visually 4. Bom 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 bom. Battle-wise 2. I think lore-wise, I don't know where to come up with the lore. The only lore is it always jumps, and if the pearl falls off its head, it dies. Which, when you considering I play Pokemon Colosseum a lot, you know, used to see Spoink a lot, and it falling off every time you'd be killing Spoink. My opinion on Spoink is probably a 4. Lore-wise, 3. There's nothing to it. It's just a bouncing pig. That's it. Grumpig, aesthetically, 2. It's not a Heatmore or a girder, but battle-wise, Grumpig 4. Lore-wise, two. It loses most of the spring. I know it's got the curly tail, which is the reason for that. The spring, pigs and curly tails. But it doesn't stay bouncing. It just stands up now, which is boring. Opinion on Grumpig is a 1. No, tell you what. No, it's a 1. I don't hate it that much. Not I hate more. Let's think. Ahaha. Surskit Mascarin. Surskit Mascarin. Essentially both of them. Mascarin's like a 3. It's the most simple execution of that design, Mascarin aesthetically. No, I mean Surskit. First gate's 3. Just. Battle wise, 2. Lore wise, 3. It's just a pond skate, so that's it. Opinion on masculine. I mean, Surskate, it's probably actually a 4. I don't mind it, it's just a bit crap. Masculine, appearance-wise, I'd say it goes to 4. I like it's got eye-shaped wings, but that's about it. All it has going for it, the fact its wings look like eyes. Battle-wise, 3. Lore-wise, 3. Opinion 4. It's forgettable. Bum bum ba da bum. What generation did released in? Aldea and Kalos. Like. Alright, so let's have Aldea ones. Go with Smoliv, Doliv, and Olivia. Smoliv aesthetic is a it's a 6. Doliv is a 6 as well, aesthetically. Olivia is a 7. Battle 236. I had one of my Elite Four on my champion team, but still. Lore wise, it's a 5, you know. It's one where they've not just gone like, oh, it's just this thing, but Pokemon, it's at least there's some tied in there with olives and, you know, and that kind of stuff. It's kind of fun. Opinion, it's a 6. Kind of like him, but not my favourite. Let's do Flamigo as well. Pathetic 6. Battle 5. Lore. Lore 5. Opinion 5. It's fine. Okay. Bada bomb. Do. Let's do Volibee. And then do you know when you're in the middle of about to type it and you forget what it's called, the evolution? Rufflet and Braviary. We'll do that. Right, so Volibee in appearance. It's a 5. It's fine, but it's just standard, kind of like baby Pokemon kind of thing. Battle is a 2. Lore-wise, 5. It's fine. I guess due to the area it's found in. Opinion-wise, 4. I don't really like it. Can't really think of its evolution right now, either. Rufflet. Aesthetically, it's a 5, it's fine. Battle-wise, it's another 2. Oh, wrong one. Bom, bada, bom. Lore-wise, it's also a 5, you know. Fine. Opinion 5. Braviary. Standard Braviary's appearance is 4. I feel like it just feels boring, you know? Battle-wise, 4. Lore-wise, 5. Opinion, 4. The Hissian one. Appearance-wise, 7. Battle, 6. Lore, 6. Opinion, 6. I remember last time I probably remember in Vullaby's evolution as well. Called. Not Volbeat, I know that. But let's do that while we're waiting. Elymes and Volbeat. Appearance wise, 4. Battle wise, 3. This is both of them. Both Volbeat and Elymes. There. Lore wise, 4. There's nothing about them beyond the fact that, the migrating patterns. That's all the lore there is. Opinion on them is probably 3. I don't really care about either of them. Love Disc. Love Disc appearance 4. It's just a heart-shaped fish. That's all there is to it. But at least that's kind of interesting in a way. Battle 2. Lore. The lore is 4 because like with Horsey, it's used quite a lot in underwater scenes in the Pokemon world. You're usually oh, quite well for that kind of thing. That kind of like what type of seas you're in with it. Opinion wise, though, it's probably a 4. I don't really care for it. Now there's this one which I can never spell. Amololoma? Something? Amololola? It's a palindromic, isn't it? How much way around the L's and the M's are? Alola. We call it Alola. That sounds cooler. Can't remember it. Name. It's I know it's palindromic and stuff, but Alola Momola. Yeah. Aloma. See, that's the thing. It's like that type of thing is never sticking in my head. Appearance wise, I mean, it's just more interesting. Slightly more interesting Love Disc designed, really, isn't it? But it's still aesthetically like a 4. It's just a kind of fancy fish. Battle wise, 4. He's not there for a battle, is it? Let's face it. Lore wise, I can't remember any of its lore, but it's underwater, it's 4. Its presence is felt. That's the entire point of that. It's not like something like Hypno and Drowse, which if you remove from Pokemon, people would only remember, wouldn't really mind, people wouldn't care. It doesn't feel Drowsy and Hypno aren't addition. I don't really add anything to the Pokemon world beyond like, oh, well, there's the sex pests of the world. Whereas like, Aloma, that one, it's fine. It's a 4. It's there. My opinion of it is probably a 4 as well. It's forgettable. but it feels like when it's forgettable, but when it's not there, its presence feels missed. You know what I mean? I always think it's Alolan Pokemon because it feels like more Alola-y than ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum. Do Krabby Kingler. Right, Krabby. Right, here's the thing though, Krabby and Kingler, is I like them, but aesthetically it's just a foot. I can't give more than 4 because they are just crabs. They are just crabs, that is it. I know there's the G-Max one, which we'll get around to, but it's just a crab. Battle-wise, Kingler 6, Krabby 3. Lore-wise, 3. They're just crabs. Opinion, Krabby 4, Kingler 6. Now G-Max Kingler. Aesthetically, I'd say it's a 6 because it's kind of interesting, but it is with the bubbles and such and the really long limbs. It's kind of terrifying though, so it can't be higher than a 6. It's not terrifying in a good way either, it's more like a, what the hell is that? It reminds me of actual crabs to be any higher. Battle. That's a 7. Low-wise, 4. It's a bigger crab now. Opinion, probably a 6 still. I always forget it has a G-Max form. Okay. Ba-da-ba-da-bum-bum. Bum-bum-bum-bum-bum. Clink. Alright. Clang. And clang. Appearance-wise, 5. All of them. I don't like how it gets smaller. It does, right? It gets smaller as it evolves. Or is it lighter? What's the thing with where something happens when it, like, something weird happens when it evolves? Like one of them. I think it's from Clang into Kling Clang. There's something weird piece of trivia about it. What it is. Maybe I'm wrong. 3, 4, 5. Battle-wise. Lore-wise, I mean, 4. They're just cogs. They're in that cave. I feel like you don't go enough places that are factory-based in any game, really, to see them. Are they in the Pokemon factory in Kalos? Pokeball factory? If they are, that's at least something. But I remember them more from Cobblemon than I do from actually the games. Opinion on them though? 5. Be fine. So I wish they wouldn't be on my, you know, belts, at least. Ba-ba-ba-da-bum. Ba-ba-ba-da-bum. Porygon. Porygon 2 and Porygon Z. Let's face it, Porygon Z is the best design of all of them. Porygon Z's design is like a 7. Porygon 2's design is a 6. And Porygon... it's a 5. If it would have came later, it'd be lower. But at least it's, you know, 90s 3D animation stuff. Battle-wise, Porygon is a 4. Porygon 2 is a 5. Porygon Z's a 6. Lore-wise, they're all about a 7. My opinion on all of them is about... My opinion on Porygon Standard is a 6, because I happen to get it from the Game Corner. Still like it, but we've been higher, and the others is a 7. Okay. Bom ba 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 ba. Do Chansey. So Happiny. Yeah, Chansey and then Blissey. I always forget Blissey was added in Johto, and that's, you know. The Happiny, aesthetic wise, 3. There's something going for, but it's Geo. I'm not a fan of it. Battle wise, 2. Lore wise, 4. Opinion, probably a 4. Happiny. Actually, opinion 3. I don't like Happiny. Chansey. Chansey, appearance wise, 4. Battle wise, 5. Because you know, you can stall out a lot of stuff. If I need to stall Pokemon to heal up others, yeah. Lore wise, 4. I mean, beyond it, it's in healing and eggs. There's not really much else to it. And then opinion, right? Bum bum ba bum bum. Although actually no, lore probably should be high from it being used in Oh, cool. It should technically be higher though. I think actually Chansey and Blissey it's 6 for lore because of how much they've been integrated into Pokemon Centers. You know, I think that worth talking about. Bum, bum, ba, bum, bum. Okay. So Chansey. Opinion on Chansey is probably a 5. I'm fine with it. Blissey's probably a 5 as well. Okay. Aesthetically wise, I think it's a 6, Blissey. I think it's, you know, it's the best designed of all of them. Battle wise, it's a 6. It's obviously quite violent, so basically more viable, you know. Chansey, it's quite a good tank. Let's do Ordino while we're here. Right. Ordino is basically there because they need a Pokemon to replace Chansey and Unova. That's the only reason why it's there. In some ways, I really don't like Ordino because of the fact it's everywhere. Chansey's in the Safari Zone, it gives a load of XP. You don't run into Chansey that often, really, in many. Or it's a set encounter. Ordino is everywhere. Every piece of grass in the game. It's like, oh, so interrupt you shiny hunting or something. It's like, oh no, so well, if I need to get XP, I know there's an Ordino here. Yeah. Bum bum ba da bum. Design wise, you look better than Chansey. But ba da ba da ba. Yeah, exactly. But that's a symptom of the disease, not a treatment, you know. If I'm in an inflatable life raft and it's got a hole in it and sinking, one plaster's not gonna stop the 99 holes. Still another 98 to go. It's why I think people talk about loving Unova, but I'm just not a big fan of the region because of the level scaling and how annoying it is. Like, Alola has a really slow start with all the tutorial and speaking parts, but it's still fun to play. Whereas Unova, it's like going like, oh, all the fun Pokemon, should we use those? No, you can't, because it's not going to be evolved by the time you beat the Elite Four. And I think it starts I think also it starts the trend of pseudo legendaries evolving at like a stupidly high level. Like, isn't it like level 70 or something? I think I'm exaggerating there, but I think it's like 68 in my head, like Hydreigon evolves that. Might have been brought down later on, but I think in that game it's like level 60 something. 64. The Elite Four. What's level of the Elite Four in an over? Well, it's 50. Yeah. So you got a Dino. And then bum bum bum. 4 levels. Bum 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 bum. Exactly. So you're just about getting as Violus level wise, unless you massively over level, which isn't so fun. So it's just like, oh yeah, okay. So the really cool Pokemon high level stuff, you're just not using it. That's a big problem with that over. Anyway, Audino. Appearance wise, it's a 6. It is well designed, I think. It does look cool. There is the Mega as well, which is a really cool design. To fair, I think it's like an 8. I really like how it's designed. The Mega Audino. Unfortunately, you know, it's still Audino, and I think the problem with Audino comes from basically the fact it's from an over and in the grass all the time. Lore-wise, 4. It's just a replacement for Chansey in an over. Bum bum bada bum. Bum 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 bum. Battle-wise, 3. It doesn't feel as viable at all as Chansey. Mega Rod, no, maybe 5. Opinion on both of them. I mean, I don't mind him, but it's a 5. I think it's a shame that design is for Audino. Alright, well, I've mentioned the Dino line, so I may as well. Dino. A minion knows I'm not going to forget this line because, you know, I don't tend to forget Dragon Pokemon, especially not Super Legendaries. Alright. Aesthetic of the line, I think, is 7 for me. All of them. Battle. Dino is a 3. I don't want to use it in battle. Silas is a 4. And then a Hydreigon's like a 7. Lore-wise, let's face it, I think it's actually all 6. Apart from Hydreigon, which is 7, because of the... there's a bit more about it, but... I do think the trouble is there's not just that much about it, and the confusion of, like, the whole, like... I think the fact that it was maybe a tank-based earlier on, and then kind of became more Hydra-based is kind of fun. But there's not that much to it, lore-wise, and... Not overly much so, but it's kind of cool. The mythology stuff's kind of fun. There's not as much to it as I would like. Opinion of the line. Opinion of Dwino and Xylus. It's a 7, and I think Hydreigon's an 8. Solution. It's Vol something, isn't it? I like Voltune or something, but it's... There's a reason why I was getting confused with Volbeat, though, isn't there? This would be like... Bum 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 bum. Ekin's Arbok. Appearance-wise, 4. Arbok, 5. Battle for both of them. Battle for Ekins is 3. Arbok is 4. Lore-wise, Ekins 3, Arbok 5. Arbok gets that because of how the face on its HUD changes and the kind of like Pokemon Adventures. Opinion on them: Arbok is 5, Ekans is 4. Alright, let's do wheezing, coughing. Appearance wise, there are 4. Both are a 4. Aesthetically. Do 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 do. Battle wise, coughing 2, wheezing 4. Lore wise 4. Opinion on 4, both of them. Then the Galarian. Aesthetically 6. I wish they would have been doing a Galarian coughing as well. I think it's a big shame that there's not. Battle wise, it's a 5, I think. The use of its ability can be really handy, obviously, with some Pokemon. Lore wise 6. I think it's a clever addition to the anti-pollution stuff, and the fairy type is really cool. Opinion, it's a 6. Actually, because it's got a stovepipe top hat that's actually just like, you know, chimney. But yeah, it's fun. Bum 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 bum. Do 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 do. Let's get Pincurchin. Appearance wise, Pincurchin 4. The lesser snob. Battle wise 2. Lore wise 3. It's just a sea urchin. It's electric. It's 4, at least some twist. It's not just water poison, you know. Opinion 4. There we go. Appearance wise is a 6. I quite like it. Battle wise 2. Lore 5. It's fun at least. Opinion on it is 5. It's fine. Oh, we're here. So many war types in Gen 1. I was thinking less. I was going, oh, I think then remember exactly how many war types there are. Star me, star you. Appearance wise, 4. It's just a star with a gem on. Battle 3 and 4. I know Star Me can be quite good, but I just never doesn't suit me. Lore wise 5, and that's because of the sending beams into outer space. Opinion 4. Let's do Lapras over here. Alright, Lapras. Appearance wise, 7. Quite like how Lapras looks. Battle 6. Lore 7. It's not worth an 8, but no, it is. It's an 8 because how well it's put into the games, and like you're traveling around on it in all the various games and stuff in Pokemon Travel, how important that is. And that cave on the Friday where you can go and catch one. That's really cool. Opinion Lapras is an 8. I really like Lapras. The G-Max Lapras. Alright, let's pull it up. I didn't end up using that many G-Max. So beyond seeing it for a bit, I don't remember them that well. Ba-da-bum. Yeah. 8, because of the how it's used across every Pokemon game and stuff, but also in that, is it Friend Union Cave on a Friday? Now, if it was its art, if G-Max Lapras was just its art, it would be a 7, but it's a 6 because I don't like how it looks in the game. I don't like how it looks in the games. It kind of just makes it, the shape kind of simplified, it feels like. I don't like how the shell looks as much, it looks more straight on as opposed to being that angle. Battle-wise, though, it's an 8. It's a 9. It's an 8. It's just a Lapras ball. Lore-wise, 8. It's just the same as Lapras. I don't like how it looks as much. Opinion, 6. I really don't like how it looks. When it came out, it doesn't feel as cool. 7 actually, opinion. I do like... No, I don't know, it's tricky. 6, I'll leave it there because that's my gut reaction. Okay. Wailmer Wailord, let's get him out of the way. Wailmer Wailord. Wailmer, appearance-wise, they're both a 5. No, 5 and 6. Wailord 6. Battle-wise, 2 and 4. Lore-wise, 5 and 6. I think Wailord's used quite a lot. Actually, no, Wailmer's also 6 is like Wailmer Pale. They use quite well in the world. Wailord has to be 7 actually. How it's used so well in like in different games and stuff with like the visiting stranger in Sword Shield and stuff. You know, when it's there and big, it's just a fun Pokemon. Used quite well in the world. Opinion wise on them though, they're a Wailmer's a 5, Wailord's a 6. Bum 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 ba bum ba dum. Do next. See, this Pokemon I think of, but I'm trying to think of what I want to rank right now. Let's do evolutions, why not? Eevee. Start off with Eevee. Eevee appearance-wise, 6. You know, I think Eevee's a really example of Gen 1 Pokemon. In a good way. Of like, it's not just one thing, so many things at once. Battle-wise, Eevee. Unless it's a partner Eevee, I'm not going to use it, so it's probably a 3. Lore-wise, 7. You know, Pokemon Adventures really helped with that, and so just let's go Eevee. Yeah, Eevee, it's a 7. Alright. Bum 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 bum. Let's do the original ones. Jolteon, Flareon, and Vaporeon. Flareon. Okay, so Flareon is a 6 because it's just Eevee but fluffier and non-fat and red. Jolteon is just spikier, so that's a 6. Honestly, I think Vaporeon's also a 6. It is part fish, but it's kind of is the biggest outlier in the evolutions, you know. Opinion on them. I'm just a 7 all the way through for them, for those 3. Battle wise, they're probably all a 5. They're just massively outplayed by the Pokemon. Lore wise, it's 7, and that's Pokemon Adventures as well helping there. Umbreon, Espeon. Okay, Umbreon, Espeon. I think they're an 8 appearance-wise, aesthetic. Or no, they're a 7. They're a 7. They're a 7. Battle-wise, 6. More likely to use them. I think they feel more viable than the original trio. Lore-wise, it's 7 as well. They don't have the thing Pokemon Adventures, but they do have Pokemon Colosseum going for them. Opinion-wise, 7 on Espeon, 8 on Umbreon. Leafeon, Glaceon. Alright. Umbreon, Espeon are 7, but I think Leafeon and Glaceon are 8. I think they just improved the EVs to those generations. Battle-wise, they're still a 6. They feel better than the original 3, but still feel kind of like... Lore-wise, I think it's a 7, because of the ways to evolve them is interesting, with like location-based. Opinion, it's 7. And then... Sylveon. Okay, so Sylveon. Bom 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 bom. Aesthetic, it's 7. I know some people come out the eyes for Sylveon, but Sylveon's eyes are actually one of my favourite parts about it. Battle-wise, 7. It's a Dragon Slayer right there. Lore-wise, it's 7. Bum 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 bum. My opinion on it's 7. All the evolutions have more or less hold. Oh, Gmax Eevee. Bum 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 bum. Okay. Gmax Eevee. I like how much more fluffy it is. Gmax Eevee is just the better Flareon. Aesthetically, it's an 8. Battle, probably 7. And lore-wise, 7. Opinion, actually 8. I like how big and fluffy it is. Ba-da-bum. Ba-da-bum. Alright. Oh. Alright, yeah, quiz time. You know what? Let's actually see which one of these is my least favourite. Let's do the Pan and Simi. Pan, Paw. And Sage. And Sear. Simi, Paw. Simi, Sage. Simi, Sear. I don't understand why it's supposed to be like, you know, the hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil. But I do think the do no evil also should be included in that. And the do no evil should be and the evil in this situation is creating that line of Pokemon. Which one's my least favourite? Of the Pans. Pan's the pre-evolution, I believe. I think Pan Paw is my least favourite. That's a 2 aesthetically. No, it's a 1. No. It's a 3. I think it's fair. All the Pan ones are 3s. I'm not a fan of them. There's Monkey with Element. If there's only one of them, I think I might prefer them. But all 3 of them just being Monkey with Element means I'm not a big fan of them. Battle-wise, I did use them in battle because, you know, you're giving them as a in Unova. You know, Unova actually, despite the level thing, tries to hold your hand quite a bit by giving you a Pokemon to cover effectiveness, just giving it you, as opposed to having to go and catch one yourself. Battle-wise, 3. I've used them, but I don't, you know. But that's just if it was type coverage. Lore-wise, 3. They're just monkeys with you know, their element on the head. Opinion probably 3 as well, to be honest. Alright, then the Simi. Okay. Okay, so Simisage is my favourite of the three of them. So it gets probably aesthetically is a 2. It's a 3, it's a 3. It's about the same as the pans. Simisare is a 2. And Simipour is a 1. Battle wise, there are 4. All of them. I'm maxing using them, but there's better choices out there. And lore wise, 3. They're just monkeys. Simisage is a 2. Simisare is a 1. Simipour is a -5. There we go. Let's do all the monkeys while we're here. So let's do Apom and Ambipom. Apom aesthetically is a 4. In a battle it's a 3. Lore wise, 3. It's just a monkey with a hand for a tail. And opinion wise, it's probably a 4. I liked it more before Ambipom. Ambipom aesthetically is a 1. And do you know the sole reason for Ambipom being a 1? Udder fingers. That's right. Also, its face is stupid. I don't like its haircut, and it's got udder fingers on its tail. Battle-wise, it's a 4. Ambipom. Lore-wise, both from... Whatever I gave Apom, I'll also give Ambipom. If I gave Apom anything. If I didn't give anything... And opinion-wise, -8 udder fingers. Okay. Bum bum ba da bum bum ba da bum. Let's do orange. Oh, I already did them. That's how forgettable they are. Not Beware Stuffle. Appearance wise, 6, both of them. Battle wise, 3 and 6. Lore wise, 6. Although I think that might be because of the anime, of the Sun and Moon anime. Opinion on them is a 6. They're fine. Pancham Pangoro. Alright, okay. Aesthetically, they're 6, both of them, again. It's just... They are better than average Pokemon designs, like, or just, you know, better than the average. But still the average, that upper you know, upper bracket of the middling ones. Battle-wise, I think it's 3 and 6, to be fair. Pangoro can be kind of fun to use. Lore-wise, 5. They're just fighting pandas, you know. Opinion. Right, Pancham is 5. Pangoro, I think, is a 4, because of how annoying it is to evolve. It doesn't have to evolve into it with another dark type in the party. Is that it evolves into another dark type in the party? Or is it a dark type either side of it? I can't remember. Is it either side or just one? Or just one next to it? Oh, anywhere in the party, okay. Which is annoying because in Kalos, there's not that many dark types, is there? It feels like before you have to wait a while to find a dark type there. because you got like Inkay and such. I remember a playthrough of X or Y. I think maybe X. Can't remember. I think, like, I remember like having to kind of like hold on to it for a bit to get the where it was, but I don't know if that's, I don't know how true that is. Might be I'm remembering wrong. Ba-da-ba-da-bum. Bom 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 bom. I'll do Inkay and bada bum bum. Doesn't right though. Grin. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, that's that sausage. Alright. Inkay. Polygon, no. Why the Pokemon should never his name? I like it, we should never remember his name. Is it Malamar? Yeah. I was thinking more to his name than that. That's the why. Inkay and Malamar. Inkay appearance-wise is a 6. Malamar is a 7. I really like it uses the twisty upside down dynamic of it. Battle-wise, Inkay is a 3. Malamar's about 5. It's fun to use, but lore-wise, 7. I think part of that might be from having to turn over the DS, and that feels that integration. Opinion on them is a 7. Yeah, about how true it is, but it did feel to me at least like there's not as many dark types in Kalos earlier than that. But I'm probably wrong, to be honest. Not as many good ones wanting in the party, I think that might be the case. Alright, while we are here, let's do good old Noibat and Noivern. Alright. Aesthetique. Noibat, 9. Noivern, 8. Battle-wise, I mean, unfortunately, it's not as good a battle as I wish it was. Noivern is a 6. I would use it. It's not as good as it's not as good as it could be. And Noibat is probably about a 3. Lore-wise, 6. They're just bat dragons. That's cool. Well, 7. No, because you got the sound, and I make the rules up. 7. And then opinion of both is a 9. My favourite Pokemon. Let's get Jellicent. Jellicent and what's one before Jellicent? Huh. Jellicent, appearance-wise, it's probably a 3. Bum 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 bum. Both are a 3, both male and female. Battle-wise, they're a 4, both of them. The Jellicent female's not showed on my Oh, there you go. Okay. Lore-wise, I mean, the ghostiness jellyfish, which is kind of cool, but it's still a 4. It's a ghost jellyfish. There might be some other stuff in there, but I think of how much they annoy me in the world when you bump into them in the water and it interrupts me going around. That's how opinion-wise, but you know, I mean, they're not integrated as well as some other Pokemon. Opinion on both is probably a 3. And then lore is 4. Don't forget the type and generation and stuff, I think. Alright. What was it? Jellison. Jellington, that's what it does. I can't remember because it's forgettable. Ah well. Better ghost types in the same generation. Litwick. Chandelure. Oh, it's not Lantern. Lampant. Okay. It should have been a Mega Chandelure. Don't know if anyone agrees with me, but I think they should have been. Mega Chandelure. Alright, Litwick Aesthetic is a 6. Lampant is 7. Chandelure is 8. I really like how Chandelure looks. Battle-wise, though, I think it's a 3, 4, 5. It's 3, 4, 6. There's stuff you can do with Chandelure, but it's just, you know. Is the benefit of being a stone evolution, I believe? I think it's a Firestone. I think it's a Firestone. From Lampant to Chandelure. But I'm not sure what level Lampant evolved from Litwick. And that could be the whole back being, you know, in and over. Lore-wise, 6. They're fun ghosts. My opinion of them is probably a 6 as well, to be honest. Quite funny Pokepark. Okay. Pokepark. People want new Pokepark. When's the new Pokemon channel coming? That's what I want to know. Every single time. Finally got another Pokemon Snap. Yeah, okay. I'm trying to remember what Jellison evolves from. I know it looks like, but I can't name it. And everything that's coming up in my head is joke names. Alright, let's do Tentacruel. And Tentacool. Okay, appearance-wise, both these Pokemon are 4. Tentacruel is kind of, you know, I think it's because of how many. I think the reason why I don't like how they look is because how it mentions, like, in the Pokédex about how many tentacles it has and stuff, and it's how many tendrils it has. And it's like going, that's not that many there. Battle-wise, 3 and a 4. I had Gen 1, I've never really used them apart from when I had to. But there's no other Pokemon available. Lore-wise, 4. Lore-wise, 4, opinion 4. Oh. Kind of funny, like, how it's showing that I'm not a fan of quite a lot of Gen 1 Pokemon in a way. The first games I played was Blue. And then and then Silver. But even so, like, it's quite interesting. Ba ba da ba. Bum 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 bum. And then may as well do Toedscruel and Toedscool and Toedscruel. Okay. I think they're just kind of just more fun. I think it's like appearance-wise 6 and 6. It's more novel of like the running mushroom kind of thing. Battle-wise, it's still a 3 and a 4 because he weren't that great in battle, from what I remember. Lore-wise, there are 6 for how cool convergent Pokemon are. Opinion-wise, it's probably about 5. Alright. Is there any convergent ones of Pokemon I've already got that I've not? Bonsley Pseudo. Bonsley Pseudo. Pseudo design wise, very Gen 2. Which is kind of plain but with some spots here and there to add detail. It's a breakup, which just patterns of nothingness that they would have had in Gen 1. Pseudo aesthetic 4. Battle 4. 5, I've used it quite a bit actually. Lore wise, 6, because it's a blockage Pokemon that's done quite well. Not as cool as Snorlax, which, you know, being the first blockage Pokemon. But, yeah, still kind of cool. Opinion wise, Pseudo 5. I can take it, I'll leave it. Bonsly, appearance wise, 5. I've seen better takes on both of these Pokemon out there, but battle wise, 2. And lore wise, 4. It's just a big Pokemon. Opinion on it, it's probably 4. Its benefit comes from being introduced early in Pokemon XD, but I've not played Pokemon XD properly. Never had access to it. And I suppose it's in Rescue Team, but I don't really care about that much. Boba Fett, why not? Boba Fett. Boba Fett, aesthetic 4. I mean, it is just weird. It is a very weird thing, Boba Fett. Battle wise, I'm not a masochist, or a sadist. I'm not running that Boba Fett counter set. It's a 4. Lore wise, 5. Because it's just there and exists. Opinion 6. God, what Boba Fett. Why not? I think why not is better design than Boba Fett, to be honest. I think the thing with Boba Fett is, as well, is like, it's like, isn't it really annoying to catch, basically, because it's in like a weird place, like one place in Gold and Silver. Why not? Appearance wise, I think it's a 5. Do a good job of tidying up Boba Fett's appearance. Battle is a 2. It's not gonna do that. Lore wise, it's probably the same. Probably a 5. It's average, you know. Against it. Opinion 7. I quite like why not. And I like how the joke that Boba Fett's name is in Japanese actually translates better with why not rather than Boba Fett. Ba-da-bum-bum. Okay, let's think of Flababy, Florges, and Floette. Alright, these ones I have to rate in my flower, haven't I? Bum bum ba ba bum 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 ba bum. These aren't the big enough farm changes like the bum bum ba da bum. Alright, I think we're not counting the, I think we said with the Floette, the special eternal one doesn't count, right? This. I don't know if it does or not. Alright. The white flower one is really cool. Aesthetically, that's about 7 for me. The Flababy. Then orange and blue, a 7 as well. I find the red and yellow to be a little too bright and not as fun, so they're 6. Battle, all of them are 2. They feel like you can't really do anything with them in battle. Lore-wise, they're a 6. In my opinion, them all is a 6. Because the eternal flower one, whichever one, or you know, the one from that one, is that doesn't count. You can't catch it. I don't think we put rating that on here. I don't know. But that's not, since that's not really a thing. You can't even improve all of them. Opinion wise, it's a 6. Floette, I'd say basically it's the same for Floette, apart from battle, where I'd more like to use it. Maybe it's like a 3 in battle instead of a 2. Florges, yeah, I've used one. I'd say, yeah, the lore and aesthetic are the same. My opinion on them is a 7. But battle, because it's been a 6, because they, you know, kind of quite useful in battle in ways. Alright. Which peak clothes am I missing? Ba-da-ba-da-bum-bum-bum. Do-do-do-do-do. Got there. So then Owen. There is those 2. Alright, let's do Pachirisu. Alright, Pachirisu. Appearance wise, 6. I think Pachirisu looks really cool. Battle wise, 3. I'm not going to use it in battle. Lore wise, 4. It's just a squirrel. It's electric. Bum 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 bum. Do do do. 1 second. Bum ba da bum. Ba da bum bum. Hang on a second, what was that? Okay. That's weird. I might be on my side of the screen. That I don't know if anyone else was there. I felt like yeah. Alright. Bum 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 bum. Pachirisu. Pachirisu. That really tried me. I think Pachirisu is fine, but I think it's the start of this animal but electric kind of phrase, as it were. The fast flickering on. On stream, because when my mouse isn't on it on my screen, it is really flickery and I don't know if it actually is just a visual glitch on mine or. Right, where are we up to? Pachirisu. Opinion wise, it's a 6. I kind of like Pachirisu. Alright. Onova. It's Emolga. It's once again aesthetically 6. Looks quite cool. Works quite well. You know? They know what they're doing at this point when designing those Pokemon. Definitely better than, you know, the puzzle minimum. But so it's 6. Battle-wise, it's still a 3. Lore-wise, it's a 4. Hey, it's a flying squirrel. Didn't expect that, at least. But I think I know it just shows when like Poke clones start getting a bit. Patchery, Emolga though, 5, my opinion of it. Because the next one then is Dedenne. Appearance-wise, it's a 6. It's another solid, you know, design. Battle-wise, it's a 3. Lore-wise, being fairy type is kind of fun, at least, and it's got more of a reason. It's got more of a reason to be electric type than both Pachirisu or Emolga. But lore-wise, it's probably actually a 5. My opinion of it is probably a 5. Because I didn't play Kalos when it came out. So until later on, so... But, you know, it's still fine. Alola. Togedemaru. Appearance-wise, I think it's actually one of the best. I think it's a 7. It might be one of the best designed of the Pika clones. Battle-wise, 4. I remember it could be an absolute nightmare in battle. Lore-wise, though, it is probably a 4. They could have worked as a. They could have done it as not having been electric, but making electric means it's just a, you know. And then opinion on it is probably a 4 because of the whole electric type thing. Between, it's like it's once narrowed down. I mean, it's kind of okay, but it's just at the same time it's just there. Galar's 1. Oh, what's he called? Name the one from Galar. I always forget. Japanese name, isn't it? Ba ba bum bum. What's it called? I can see it. I can visualize it really easy, but I can't remember his name. Ba 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 ba. Bum bum bum. Bum ba da ba da. Bum bum bum. I remember it. Let's just do Army, that line. Armo. Palmer. Palmy. Palmy aesthetic is a 6. I'd say the other two are 4. No, Palmo is 4, Palma is 3. Only one of them is needed. It didn't need to be a 3-stage line. I will stand by that. Battle-wise, 3, 4, 5. Lore-wise, 4. That's including the fact that you got to walk around with them. Of evolution, which is something kind of new and interesting for the region of that, but it's just there. It's another electric thing that, and with the fact that it could have just been a 2-stage line and looked like it should have been. Opinion on them is probably a 3. I don't really care about them. Well, here's the Mousehold and Tandy Mouse. How's Tandemar spelled? Oh, it's an A, isn't it? Aesthetic. I don't know, man. It's 4. A Mousehold is 4. Just more of them. It's fine. I think that works best than some other things, but it just kind of feels just like, yeah. Battle-wise, though, 2 and 4. I'm not going to use them. I know they've got their own thingy moves and such, but lore-wise, 5. I kind of like in the lore. They feel kind of interesting what they've done, but it's still just a 5. My opinion is probably just a 5. Just kind of, they're there. We need a new normal type. What have we not done before? Well, mouse. Why not? Yeah, okay. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Stantler weird there. Alright, Stantler, appearance 3. Battle 3. Lore 4, because it's like at least some psychic kind of influence there. This is the kind of connection with like Christmas and Delibird, which we're going to thingy, but it's fine. Opinion, it's really 3. I'm not a big fan of Stantler. Weirdir. I think Weirdir's aesthetically is a 6. Battle is a 5. Lore-wise is a 6. Tying it into the, you know, the more psychicness is fun. Opinion, it's probably a 6. And I already said it, so I'll say it. I'll do it again. Which is Delibird. Delibird, aesthetically, it's probably a 4 for me. I'm not a fan of how it looks. Is it shiny green? No, because that would have saved it. But if it was green, but no, it's not. Bum bum ba da bum. Purple. It should be. Oh yeah, I've got one. I realised I remembered I have one. It should be green for the old Santa Claus look before Coca-Cola and that kind of stuff. Although red was, yeah. I'll come back to that. But Battle 4. I'd attempt to use it because of the gift thing, but that's kind of the only reason why I'd use it is for the kind of the fun of it. Lore-wise, 8. I think Delibird's gone for a Pokemon that was like, oh, it's kind of like, you know, Santa Claus as a Pokemon. That's kind of funny. Ha ha ha. And then how everything else and the rest of the kind of Pokemon as a universe kind of used it and adopted it. But I think Pokemon Channel is the main reason for that being the delivery bird in Pokemon Channel. But still, a really good, interesting thing with it. My opinion on it's a 6 because it should be delivered parcels earlier. But that's Delibird all wrapped up. Next. Opinion 6 minion. Because it delivers parcels, so how long it takes to deliver parcels. Alright. Speaking of delivery, let's go for Pokemon Dungeon delivery. So, Wingull and Pelipper. Alright, Wingull aesthetically, I mean, it's just Seagull, but I like how simple it is, so it's 5. Wingull's a good example of a Pokemonified version of an animal that exists. Bom 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 bada bom. Wingull. Alright, battle-wise, Wingull in battle, 3. I know it's become the standard for first stage Pokemon, but lore-wise, 3. It's just a seagull. No, actually, you know what? Actually, it's a 5. It's just a seagull, but because of that, it's everywhere near the sea. In the anime, Pokemon cards in the background. It's just become... You've got to have it in a game if you're near the sea now. Especially post Unova and then in like the 3D games and such, because you've got to have it, 'cause it's a seagull. And I think that's what I really enjoy about Pokemon is when you have that, but it feels like a real world, and you have that kind of world building. But like Pokemon that I've forgotten about, like, you know, Surskit, Masquerain, like, yeah, there won't be that many other places, but Wingull is now becoming an essential part of the Pokemon world. Unfortunately, it is just a seagull, so it stays at 5. Opinion on Wingull, 6, I kind of like it. Pelipper. I think it's a 6. I don't like how... I kind of both do and don't like how dopey it looks all the time, Pelipper. His eyes are a bit weird. It's got a strange shape to its head, but at the same time it's kind of iconic. Battle-wise, 5. It says 6. Pelipper can be quite useful, especially if you don't go with a Wampa in Hoenn. Lore-wise, 6. That's all because of Mystery Dungeon where it delivers parcels. Opinion... Opinion 7. It's more regular. It's got a regular schedule at least. That's more excuse than Delibird has. Bum bum ba bum bum. You know, it's quite funny. If I can name 3 more Pokemon in the same time, basically, it's less time that it's taken. Especially last week's stream, I've named like 200 Pokemon as opposed to 151. Bum bum ba bum bum. Really, as well, I'm going to remember the time it took on the first one and add those on as well. Smoochum and Jinx. Okay, so yeah, what can we say about these Pokemon? Okay, they exist. Alright, Smoochum, design 3. Jinx, design 3. Battle, Jinx 4, Smoochum 2. Lore-wise, 3. Like people say about, like, oh, when they start doing basic, it's just a person with a job that's a Pokemon. They start doing this in modern games, look. It's like, when people say about Incineroar, oh yeah, but it's got a job, it's just a wrestler. Jinx, it's just an opera singer. Hitmonchan is just a boxer. They've always done it in Pokemon games. It's just that now starters have that, so you don't just want to go, should we just do a fire cat? It's like that's just boring, you know? Yeah, my opinion on them, I don't know. 2. Both of them. They just... Right, that's all them, both of those ranked, yeah? Let's do... Elekid... What's it called now? Because all I'm thinking of is that it's a certain you know, Pokemon from Unova. Oh yeah. Electivire? There we go. I can't remember name the middle evolution right now. Right, okay, Elekid. Aesthetic 5. I like the prongs of its head. Battle wise 2. Big Pokemon, it's useless in battle. Lore wise, I mean I like it, but it's just a 5. It's just an electric thing. Opinion 6. I quite like Elekid. Electivire, appearance-wise, it's a 7. Aesthetic. Battle-wise, 7. Lore, 6. I like the Magmarizer Electrolyzer thing for them, but that's basically it. Opinion, 7. Bum, bum, bum. And then turn the name of it now. I know what it isn't, but the name I want to say is no, it's not that. I know it's Ellie something, but it's not the Ellie one. I think like Ba-da-ba-ba. And it's not helping because I keep remembering what the Japanese name is. Isn't helpful at all. Alright, maybe let's do Magby. Magby. Unfortunately, this entire line is basically going to at least be one worse. Or it's just one worse. Like, Magby, it's a 4, aesthetic-wise. Battle-wise, 2. Lore-wise, 5. Kenyan, 4. Magby just looks depressed, and it should do, because the Elekid's just cooler than it in every way. Magmar. Appearance-wise, it's still probably a 4, because if it's, you know, boob brow. Battle-wise, it's a 5, to be honest. It's decent, you know, because it was intended to be a fully evolved Pokemon. Some stuff you can do with it. Lore-wise, it's just a 5. It's just a fire boob. Opinion, probably a 4. I'm not a fan of Magmortar, however. I mean, appearance-wise, it's definitely better than Magmar, but it's a 5. Battle-wise, 6. Battle-wise, 7, actually, you know. Lore, 6. Opinion, it's probably a 5. I'm fine with it, but... Come on, what's it called? Because that... No, Pokemon I want to say is a different Pokemon's name. She's a Tynamo. Tynamo Electros. I'll spell it. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-bum. Okay, double S. Like what was it? Electros, but I know it's not called that. I know it's just that. Tynamo Electros. Bom bom bom. Alright. I don't think he's behaving on OBS. For me, like, the frames are really sped up and I'm not on cursor over it. Oh. Bom bom bom. Alright, so Tynamo 6, aesthetic. Battle-wise, 2. Lore-wise, 6. I find it really cool how they're in Charged Stone Cave. 6 is the lore for all the line. Electros, aesthetic. It's probably actually 7. Battle-wise, 6. It used to be really cool before when it's basically no weakness, but opinion on the line is it's a 6. Middle one called. I know it's another eel pun. Eelek. Is it just that? Yeah, it's just the simplest one. Yeah, it's a 6 aesthetic wise. Battle wise, it's a 4. Alright. While we're here, we'll do Joltik and Galvantula as well. Joltik and Galvantula. Joltik's adorable, it's an 8. Galvantula's cool, but it's a 7, because it can't be as cool as Joltik. Battle-wise, Joltik is a 2. Galvantula is a 5. Lore-wise, 6. See, there's something interesting. It's not just an electric animal. It uses it in an interesting way rather than just being, I'm an animal and I'm electric. Opinion-wise, 7. I like them both. Ba-da-bum. What's that one called again? It's supposed to be a trio. Electivire, Elekid. Elect something, but not Electrode, because that's Electivire, Kid, Electrode. Too many Pokemon's names are just basically puns on electric. Like Trike, Electric. I can't remember. Bum 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 bum. Bum. Do. Swalot, Gulpin. Okay. No, these are fail Pokemon. Gulpin, appearance-wise, 4. Swalot, appearance-wise, 2. It's a purple blob with a mustache. That's all it's got going for it. Battle-wise, 2 and 4, and the lore 3. What's quite clear about these Pokemon is that Gen 3 was also originally going to be a Pokemon region with no original Pokemon. But they realised how hard work that was when you got to a certain point in the game. So which is why the early routes are full with new Pokemon in Gen 3. And then you reach a certain point and it's like all of a sudden the old Pokemon start coming back in a bit more and a bit more and a bit more. And it's only Pokemon that basically replace or fill the same role as early Pokemon designs. Which is the thing in Gen 3. Which if you look, isn't quite what's done in Johto. In Johto, it's more additions to the Pokemon form, to make kind of more interested in filling gaps. Whereas Gen 3, especially the early decks, covers a lot of the same roles as Pokemon from Gen 1 and Gen 2. And I think they do that a lot better than going forward until Unova, obviously, when they just do full stop, replace every Pokemon, and then once again the do that. Oh, it's the 3.5 hour mark where I start losing my voice. Right. Have an opinion on them? Is that what I need? I'll give my opinion. Opinion of Gulpin is a 2, Swalot 1. Do you know, actually, it's my list -3. At least Gulpin looks stupid. This is a replacement for Muck and Grimer. Alright, so aesthetic-wise, these Pokemon are a 4. They're a 5 each. Nothing that new, but it's executed well at least. Battle-wise, Muck 5, Grimer 3. Lore, it's a 3. It's just sentient like mud and grime and poison. It's been done a lot before. Opinion on them, it's a 4. The Alolan ones, the aesthetic of them is, I'd say about a 6 and a 7 respectively. Battle-wise, they stay the same, 3, 5. But lore-wise, 5. More interesting. An opinion of them, I'd say it's probably a 5 and a 6. No, not 50 for lore. I like the fact they're recycling, but it's not like that, impressive. Alright, I'm gonna have to wrap it up soon. And actually save the quiz this time. Let's get at least one more Pokemon. What's a one-off Pokemon in the region? Bum bum ba 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 da bum. Ding ding. What's it called? It's just Japanese words. The Galar one. Can't remember Vullaby's evolution. I can't remember what evolves from Relicating into Electivire. And what's the Galar Pokemon clone? I can't remember. What's like I'm trying to remember a one-off Pokemon just to wrap it up on a round number. I mean, I'm a third of the way through the rating farms, seemingly, or Pokemon. One more. What's a one-off? Another one-off from Gen 1. It's quite a lot. That's 3 lines, that one. Work on. Do you know what? We should get it over and done with. Let's do Miltank. Miltank. Aesthetic-wise, 4. It's Pokemon cow. You know what I mean? Battle-wise, 4. Whitney would have you believe it's, the peak of battling, but it's not. Lore-wise, 6, due to how much Moo Milk's used. Opinion on it's 5. I can take it or leave it. Buffalant. I don't know how to spell it, but how's a Buffalant? Boof. There you go. Aesthetic wise, it's a 5, it looks decent. Battle wise, probably a 4. Lore wise, 4. It's just a buffalo thing. Opinion wise, 4. Don't really care about it. Tauros. I was like, oh no, a simple one-off. I was like, oh no. Tauros. Aesthetically, it's a 4. The other one that looks more like a Zelda, it looks like it's had an influence from Zelda games. Like a Link to the Past villain. Battle-wise, 4. Why would I use one in battle? Lore-wise, 4. There's some stuff done with him, but 5 actually. They are used in these influence things of them. Like the Alola games, I'm pretty sure used the Tauros as one of the bride Pokemon. My opinion on it's a 4, and then there's the Paldean forms I'm going to do. Battle 4. Alright, now time for the Paldean ones. Yay! all of them in battle of 4. Bom, bom, bom. Right, the base Paldean form. It's a 5, to be honest. I know they've made it black. And then the other two are probably 5s as well. It's not a big enough change beyond the main and that, you know what I mean? Lore-wise, 6. I know it's kind of obviously do something with Tauros in there, but I really like how it works in the packs and the kind of stuff in the world. Opinion-wise, 5. Opinion 5 on them. Smiggle. Ba-da-bum-bum. Tetik, 3. I mean, Smiggle looks kind of shit, to be honest. Battle-wise, 4. You can do some interesting stuff with Sketch. So yeah, 57 to 4. Lore-wise, 7. Most of that's because of Pokemon Channel's art gallery. But, you know. Opinion-wise, it's a 5. I can take it or leave it. No, actually, no, it's the other way around. Lore 6, opinion 6. Oh, do that. 6 and 6. Bom, bom, bom. Opinion 6 minion. And that's the art gallery pushed up. But yeah, I think she's quite well. 2 Pokemon. Let's do Jigglypuff, Wigglytuff. Oh, it's Igglybuff as well. Alright, Igglybuff looks like a nightmare. So Igglybuff is a 3. Igglybuff is a 3. Battle 1. Lore-wise, 5. Opinion on it is 4. That's my phone. Alright. Make sure it's on silent. Oh, yes. Alright, Jigglypuff. Appearance-wise, it's a 4. Jigglypuff. Battle... Battle-wise is a 3. And lore-wise, it's a 6. These in the Pokemon anime, the, like, you know. Opinion-wise, it's a 5. It might be higher, but Smash Bros means that it's only a 5. Wigglytuff, appearance-wise, 7. I think Wigglytuff looks really good. I think Wigglytuff is one of the best evolution kind of glow-ups in Gen 1. Battle-wise, still only a 5. Still a 4, though. No, it's a 5 because of the fairy type and some of the punch moves. Lore-wise, it's the same as Jigglypuff. Opinion, 7. I quite like Wigglytuff. Yeah, I quite like it indeed. Alright, then. 4 more Pokemon. Oh, yeah, Wigglytuff, 7. Bom 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 bom. Let's think of 4 Pokemon. Oh, the Tapus. Tapu Koko, Tapu Lele, Tapu Fini, Tapu Bulu. Right. There's some really good designs, the Tapus. The The trouble is you can't really use them anywhere outside of Alola, or places that are near Alola because of how they designed the lore of them. The lore I'd say is 8 for all of them because they've you'd integrate them really well into the games with their own areas. They've got their own challenges and stuff. And they work really well within that. Battle-wise, there is 6, all of them. They all have interesting terrain kind of stuff, but you know, they're all just fine fighting battle-wise. Nothing. I mean, I know I'm not speaking here of like specific sets for competitive. I'm speaking of me using them. Like, the Pokemon are cool, but I don't get that excitement from using them in battle. Like I still get of using a Noivern, you know, or Golisopod, which I really just like using. Aesthetic wise, Tapu Fini's got the best design. Tapu Fini is a 7, along with Tapu Koko, and Bulu and Lele are 6. And my opinion on them is probably all about 7. Alright, well that is going to probably call it for the day then. It's 5, 3, 7. Alright. Sorry about that at the end there. I need to go I lose my voice again like I did last week. Alright, so thanks for watching everyone. I'll see you again next time. We'll be streaming again next week with more double check timing. Yeah. Probably next week. I'll double check, I'll have to make sure because I'm busy next week. But yeah, there'll be more Mario Odyssey. Possibly on Monday. I'll probably do more next week, even if I can't figure out the days. Yeah, so there'll be, if not next week, it'll be the week after the Pokemon stream on Friday. Wednesday, Zelda, if not next week, it'll be the week after, and the same for Mario Odyssey on Monday. If you enjoyed, you know, please like and subscribe. If you watch on Twitch, please give it a follow. Comment, you know. Let me know what you think of my opinions. Let me know how wrong I was about your favourite Pokemon. Alright, so thanks again. Thanks Minion number 1 for the help. See you next time. Goodbye.